saw you look at me that way. It broke my heart to see. It's too hard, it don't come easy. I went dark, I lost it right away. And when it starts, God knows what I'll say. In my head, I had good reason. I went red so unexpectedly. I should have said that sometimes happens to me. It was a moment of darkness, a moment in time that I regret for being so heartless. It was a moment of darkness.
We're stuck in your car on a Friday night, and we laugh away stuff we try not to talk about. Still your smile keep on heating up the climate, and all the blood to my cheeks are rushing out, yeah, yeah. And by accident, you're getting closer. Well, can you tell me something, tell me something? Is it a wild shot of letting you know that you're the topic of all of my thoughts, yeah. 'Cause I'm so sick of this friend zone. Whatever it is, it just feels so real. And your eyes keep on talking in the silence, and all the blood to my cheeks are rushing now, yeah, yeah. And I'm hoping you are getting closer. Well, can you tell me something, tell me something? Is it a wild shot of letting you know that you're the topic of all of my thoughts, yeah. Can you tell me something, tell me something? Well, can you tell me something, tell me something? Well, can you tell me something, tell me something? 'Cause I'm so sick of this friend zone.
Unstoppable.
Start your esports career now at play.eslgaming.com.
Mit dem Scheitel wäre es natürlich toll, wenn man den nicht vergisst zu machen, weil sonst ist es einfach nervig, wenn man jetzt...
Alice, kannst du mir helfen mit dem WLAN-Passwort?
Mom, geh doch einfach auf die My Swisscom App!
You ready? Huh? Hey, he's a good boy, huh? You ready? Huh?
Start your esports career now at play.eslgaming.com.
You love it, you wear it. What's your style? Get your merch at shop.eslgaming.com.
Et voilà, Internet ultra rapide.
Toujours pas.
Bah non. Ouais, allô. Écoutez, j'ai un souci familial. Ça marche pas.
What's your style? Get your merch at shop.eslgaming.com.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Have you missed us? We certainly have been away for quite a while now over the summer, but we're finally back with the Season 6 in Clash Royale of the Swisscom Hero League, powered by ESL and of course supported by our dear sponsors Swisscom, Logitech and Red Bull. And with me, of course, once again, the one and only Chief Avalon here next to me. So great to have you back, my friend.
Thank you so much for welcoming me in such a nice way. I still have a little struggle here with the microphone today.
Yeah, everything has gotten rusty, you know. The microphone, the equipment,
over the
table,
summer, maybe rusty a little bit with all the summer heat in here. But
the summer heat. I thought rusty because of all the rain.
Yeah, maybe because of all the rain. Yeah, it was a really nice summer, and I'm happy to be back for this amazing Season 6. Isn't that incredible that we're already in Season 6? It's unbelievable.
Yeah, I feel like it's kind of tough to grasp. I mean, we've had quite the journey over the past 3 years, and I personally think it's still
already
incredible.
3 years.
Yeah.
It's incredible.
We've gotten old.
Yeah,
well,
no.
You have already been
I've
old
stayed
when we
old.
started. I've gotten a little older.
You became old. A little bit. But our jokes will never get old, you know.
No, never. They have been old always, so doesn't really matter. But yeah, we don't want to tease you any longer and have a look at the schedule. You will see here that we actually had quite a few changes coming into this Season 6 here in Clash Royale. We see some new faces who will be facing off against each other, that being Adipa and Baumbert, replacing Sailor and Bode Chef, who unfortunately have been relegated out of the first division here in the Swisscom Hero League. But some fresh blood is of course always nice to see here, and we hope they really give us a run for our money here.
Finally, we have some new players in the game. They're gonna switch up things a little bit, hopefully bring some new plays to the game, some new decks, some new meta. It's gonna be very interesting to see. Baumbert, have you ever seen Baumbert play?
I haven't seen him play. I've seen him star in The Lord of the Rings, but I think that's Baumbart. So I think
maybe
it's
that's a different
it's
kind
his
of
older
tree.
brother or his uncle. Or
I think it's a different kind of tree.
But I'm certainly interesting to see him.
Adipa has been here before, I think. But had a break for a few seasons. I think he was here in the first season.
Yeah.
Maybe.
If I recall correctly.
Maybe. Yeah, you know, after 5 seasons, we're well allowed to forget a few things.
True that.
And Jesus, of course, is back again. Do we know him already?
He unfortunately had to go down in the finals of last season to Solag, and actually will be starting out the night and Season 6 here with a rematch of said finals. Jesus is once again back from the dead to entertain us with his plays, and maybe this time he'll be able to go all the way for the crown. But it was
he raised from the dead once again to show us the ways in Clash Royale. That's what it is.
But actually,
Amazing.
like talking about the dead, I want to talk about a little bit about the elephant or in the room before we head into the game.
Are you calling me an elephant?
No. I mean Clash Royale is the elephant in our
okay.
in
So
our
you're not
room
talking
here.
about my weight gain during the
You
last
didn't
year.
gain any weight.
Yes, I
don't
did.
believe that.
A tiny little bit. Yeah. Okay, but that's not the elephant.
No,
what's
the elephant is that nothing really much has happened to Clash Royale as a game. I feel
like, don't think of the pink elephant.
Yeah, we had the Goblin Drill, of course, being released, who was
yeah, that's basically it.
let's say quite divided the community a bit. It was definitely overtuned in the beginning. I feel like it has found its place in the meta now. We had the Fire Spirit being reworked, but outside of that,
That's
and
it.
especially in the past like 2-3 months,
Never change that working thing.
true. That's like the upside of the whole thing.
I love your nails, by the way. Interesting. What happened during the summer?
I grew fond of it, and I really like it. So,
Okay,
yeah,
interesting.
started doing that then.
I thought
Getting
maybe
better
it's a niece of you that loves painting your nails.
No.
or something.
I still have to train it myself.
It-
But let's
okay.
actually have a look at the first matchup here. As promised, that will be Jesus and Solak here fencing off against each other, and a chance here for Jesus to actually take some revenge over his opposer of the past Season 5 finals. Certainly
Solak.
looking forward to it and what they're going to bring. I mean, I still expect to see a lot of E-Giant. I still expect to see
By the way,
some P.E.K.K.A decks.
By the way, did I introduce you? When you introduced me, I think I didn't introduce you back.
yeah,
That's not our usual routine. Usually he introduces me and then I say, of course, I'm with my beautiful co-caster here, Luca Don Rigoni, the beauty. And yeah.
a little shining today because it is still really
Yeah, but
hot.
in here it's quite nice actually.
We should like get a fan or something. That would be awesome.
I hope we have some fans out there.
Wow.
A few maybe.
I'm a big fan.
So yeah, but you were just explaining the meta to us. Thoughts about the meta?
Yeah, I mean, it's still in quite a healthy kind of equilibrium state. I feel there are barely any archetypes that aren't viable at all. We still pretty much see the whole range of decks come up. We still see some bait decks, although that's struggling a little bit. We see some variations of like Goblin Drill cycle decks. We see some Lava Hound, Lava Loon decks even.
Balloon is still very strong.
Yeah, and of course still a lot of E-Giant. For all the lovers and haters out there, I personally still think it's a pretty cool deck.
Beautiful card.
Yeah. We still see Golem, we still see P.E.K.K.A, we see Mega Knight in there, so it's pretty much all over the place. And I personally am asking myself, like, is this like the state where like Supercell wants the game to be and wants the game to stay? And that's been the reason why they haven't really been changing much over the course of the past 3 months.
I don't know. Maybe they were just busy with their new games.
Yeah,
Even
that could
though
be.
There
That
has
could be.
also not been any news about those new games actually.
Yeah, but that's oftentimes that's quite. I'd say that's quite the usual. They like tease it and then you
Yeah.
don't hear anything about it.
Maybe they're
for
just
quite a
on
while.
summer vacation
Or that.
for months.
I
months.
think that one.
months and more months. So what I noticed by playing ladder is that you kind of have a very thin meta at the moment. That's my experience on ladder at least. Like it's basically bridge spam decks that you face with E-Barbs, sometimes even Battle Ram, but more Hog Rider, E-Barbs, and sometimes Balloon spammed on the bridge.
Yeah.
That's most of it.
Well, something that also have been changed, of course, is the way that the clan war system does work. Probably for the better, I'd say, because that's been quite the outcry within the community when they introduced clan wars too. like half a year ago, and in the beginning it was interesting to have a new system, but as all the flaws appeared and were recognized by the players, not too many clans liked it, and they I think they significantly improved that with the change to the whole
Honestly, I
system.
haven't played it in months.
Yeah.
Clan Wars. Are you still playing it?
Not that much anymore, to be honest. I did quite actively, but then like I also like went into kind of a summer hole, and
I'm actually not
didn't
even
really
in a
play.
clan right now.
Yeah, me neither. I just
got
joined
kicked.
one today. Same.
I
Same.
got kicked because of inactivity
Yeah.
in Clan Wars.
Yeah, same happened to me, and
That's
yeah.
sad.
But I actually think today I grinded a little bit on ladder, and they actually improved the system greatly. You
And
don't face off
there we
against
go to the
lower level
first game.
players. And there we are, back in the arena for the Season 6 here of Clash Royale in the Swisscom Hero League, powered by ESL. And there Jesus bringing the Mother Witch to the table once again. She's quite a familiar face in the arena, and I expect to see a lot of her also coming into this season, of course.
So this basically is a rematch from the last season final, and it's really interesting how this is gonna go. Of course, Jesus very motivated here against Solak.
He wants his comeback. He wants the revenge, and there is the Royal Giant here. We can already see that win condition come out here, but there's the counter in the P.E.K.K.A here. Nevertheless, he does get 3 shots off onto that left-hand side.
Yeah, quite a strong push on the left side.
That would be tough to defend.
How is
here.
he gonna defend it? Not at all, maybe?
Not. Maybe, but the Dark Prince, they're actually doing great work. And that P.E.K.K.A is getting hindered from any hits there. How does he do it? So, like, our household magician here.
It was actually the Dark Prince that did quite a good job there in the defense. That
absolutely
was
so.
Really interesting.
And now,
And
my favorite card still, the
Yeah.
Fisherman.
And it's fascinating that he actually plays this Mother Witch here. It's not such a popular card. I
don't
face her
think?
very rarely.
Yeah, but I still think that's due to, like, depending where you are on the ladder and who you're facing, not a lot of people have it maxed out. Because it's still a new card, I guess, and it's not boosted anymore due to the fact that it's been out for a while now. But so far it's actually quite the back and forth here between Jesus and Solak. About the difference of 200 damage on the left-hand side respectively. There's another E-Spirit coming down for a bit of chip on the side of Solak.
Yeah, the
And that
P.E.K.K.A.
Fisherman.
Let's watch closely what the Dark Prince is gonna do this time against that P.E.K.K.A here. It was quite surprising how it stopped him before, or her
Is here as a
before.
defense. There's the Bandit now charging in.
There's still the
Oh,
P.E.K.K.A.
great fireball there on defense.
Oh, your Fisherman just got hit badly.
Does not have the fireball now though for that Mother Witch, and there's another P.E.K.K.A coming down here for
Very
Jesus.
aggressively played on the bridge.
Oh, and there is the Ram Rider behind it all. Log, they're taking care of an initial push here. Can he avoid the connection? He can actually, and there's another Royal Giant now coming in. Barbell is coming down. Another E-Wiz here on defense, this time for Jesus. And there's another Dark Prince now coming into the arena. 500 damage, or HP rather, left on that left-hand side here. And there is another Ram Rider coming in now. Can the E-Wiz defend this? It doesn't look like it. That's a connection, and Jesus!
Yeah, Jesus played this really aggressive here.
Yeah,
we have to say Solak started really well there with with his lead at the beginning with the Royal Giant. That was played really well, but then with that aggressive P.E.K.K.A at the bridge. What do you think about that play?
I mean, I think Jesus just was doing great when it came to like identifying his window of opportunity, realizing that okay, like if the Royal Giant is already out of cycle and he doesn't need it to like counter it, and you can build a push behind your own tower, then that P.E.K.K.A is of course great to just absorb all the defense that Solak can muster. And in the end, he was just able to like overpower him in one go.
In the best case, he counters the Royal Giant with the P.E.K.K.A. And interestingly here is Solak did not have enough time to actually getting to cycle that Royal Giant. Instead, Jesus started cycling the P.E.K.K.A. He did that in a very aggressive manner. I kind of liked that play that he did here.
Yeah, it's oftentimes like, especially when we come to these high skill players, it's not just about not making any like significant mistakes, which like I guess in our ranks is oftentimes the case.
Speak
except you,
for
of course.
yourself, my friend.
Okay, I'm not claiming anything. When I make mistake, because
You do?
I just today lost to
That's a surprising confession.
yeah,
actually.
I know. I lost to a Hog Rider deck because I incredibly, I really screwed up. I misplayed like a tornado twice and didn't catch it with like a barb.
Well,
not the barb hut,
things
but the
happen.
Goblin Cage. Yeah,
It happens
Even
to the
me,
best.
see? Yeah, we're not flawless human beings. Neither are our players, of course, but they are a lot more, a lot cleaner, so to speak. And yeah, in those cases, you really have to identify those windows of opportunities, but also the windows of vulnerability when you yourself are under threat of potentially losing the game or one match here. And I think you could kind of tell because Jesus, he realized, okay, he's down to 500 HP on the left-hand side. So like one more Royal Giant connection plus a Fireball could seal the deal for him. And then he knew, okay, but since he just invested a lot of elixir into that Royal Giant and you're in double elixir time, you can really go all out, spam those troops at the bridge and just overpower Solak. And that's what he did in the end.
As always, a really nice analysis here of the match by you. Thank you so much.
It is my pleasure.
Very nicely analyzed. I'm really curious, playing a little bit into the psychology here of the players. I don't know if Solak will play the same Royal Giant again. I feel like Jesus will probably... It's mind games again. I would guess Jesus will stick to the P.E.K.K.A. because that worked really well for him, and Solak may try something else.
Yeah, also the deck that Jesus brought here, I saw that quite a bit when doing my research here for tonight, like getting back into some Clash Royale meta. It's actually a deck that's, I don't know, it feels a bit like a zombie. You can't really kill bridge spam as an archetype, you know?
Zombie deck.
It changes its appearance or some individual cards from time to time, but overall it feels like it's always there. And
actually, that's what's missing, a zombie card. We still don't have the zombie card.
True. Maybe they can do that, but I hope they don't wait until Halloween because then that would be quite a bit of a while.
We hope they come back from vacation really soon, and then we'll see some new things in Clash Royale. Maybe.
By the way, great segue here. Talking about Halloween, or rather a month before. That's actually when our grand finals will be taking place. So already make sure you note that down in your agenda on the 2nd and 3rd of October at the Hero Fest in Bern. Our grand finals will be taking place once again, of course, with our tried and trusted titles in CSGO, Clash Royale, and of course League of Legends. For the latest, we also still have spots available, so if you're an avid player of League, you can still sign up for the qualifiers and make sure to partake in the Swisscom Hero League Season 6 here, and you might as well win yourself a nice prize and go home with not only fame but also a bit of cash on in your pocket.
Really looking forward to that Hero Fest event, and I actually hope it will take place as planned.
Yeah, I hope so too.
Maybe even with a little audience. I'm not sure about that yet, but that would of course be very cool if we could meet some of you there, some of the viewers, or at least some of the players. That would be very cool.
Yeah.
So I don't know about all those details yet, but we're looking forward, especially this year, we're looking forward to this Halloween.
Yeah, absolutely. And so if you want to stay tuned, of course, make sure to follow us on social media at ESL Swiss, on Twitch, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, I think TikTok now too. Are we on TikTok?
Really?
I think we need confirmation of our production.
I actually
are we on
never
TikTok?
noticed ESL Swiss on TikTok. I have to check that.
Yeah, because they're maybe not as big as you, so they don't show it.
I don't know.
But we're ready to head into game number 2 here between Solak and Jesus. Jesus right now up 1-0 here, as there are some spear gobos
Starts
coming
with a little
down.
bomber. That little guy is still very strong. For just 2 elixir.
I've been updated. Apparently, we do not have TikTok.
Oh,
so
you got an update. Look at
Unfortunately-
2.1.
Wow.
Yeah, an update once in a while is.
Yeah, sometimes you
good
really
thing.
need it. As there's the Expo now coming in for Jesus, one of the decks that we've seen him
I
bring
would love
time
to
and
get
time.
an update.
You know, sometimes there are models where you don't update them anymore. You just have to relegate
I'm not
them
a model though.
when they get very old and the hardware isn't that good anymore. You
No, it's
either
Reliant. That's what it's called.
I see.
Reliant hardware.
It's not outdated. It's Reliant.
I'm not a model though.
But I like the deck here coming out from Jesus. Actually, also a nice
The
model.
Sparky. I love
with-
the Sparky, to be honest. It's still one of my favorite decks.
It still is. Oh, that's a connection here onto those spear goblins and hits the tower there as well. As there is another miner here coming down. Looks like a miner cycle deck here with those skeleton bombers.
Skeleton Bob.
Wall breakers,
you
of
mean.
course.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's been a little bit of a summer break, no
Yeah,
problems.
you were still on holidays, mentally at least.
All good, don't worry. No, this Sparky deck is quite interesting, especially together with the Expo here. That's not so common.
Not really,
A
no.
lot of people actually give up as soon as they see Sparky. Of course, that's not an option here for Solak.
Yeah, and there's another fireball here coming down, just cycling for a bit of chip damage on the right-hand side, and as well taking that Expo down a peg, because if you leave it alive for too long, that might just spell your demise.
Spark.
Oh,
the
that's a
wall
wall
breaker
break
did
connection
connect.
here, plus the chip from that.
Expo protected by the Sparky. That's really interesting.
Oh, great fireball value here. That's what you like to see. That's like all the value you can get. There's another knight tanking up all these shots from the Expo. There's another miner. And yeah, those spear goblins also look quite dangerous. A bit of miner chip coming in once again here.
A little defensive Expo.
As there are another round of wall breaker, 6 for 6 elixir. You happily take that. But as Jesus, you're just glad those wall breakers don't run at your left side tower once again. As there's another spark here. Can he finally break through once again? Is one
I'm
connection and a
expecting
little
an
bit.
Expo. Yeah, there it is.
Yeah.
In the other lane. Interesting. Oh, and a nice setup there with the Expo and the Tesla.
Is actually very tough here for Jesus to break
It's connected.
through. Plus he does not have any direct damage, so closing out this match is super tough here for Jesus, as we're already in double elixir
The
time
miner.
for quite a while. And
Nice one there with the miner and the wall breakers.
approaching triple elixir time here even. That's the point where the Expos can really start and get spammed here. But those fireballs will be so valuable for Solak here. There's another round.
Yeah,
Oh,
the
that's
Expo
another
is
connection.
Connect.
Fireball is not up. It's still shooting away at the right-hand side. There's another miner on the left here, trying to knock down that tower. The wall breakers do get absorbed by the Tesla. And it's 520 HP remaining on the left here for Jesus.
There's the miner again with the wall breakers.
Can he
And
stop the wall breakers? It
bomber
doesn't
is
look like it. They
distracted,
just
and
run
there's
at
tower
it.
for Solak. And yeah, with this we have a 1-1. So I'm really curious, what do you think about this this Sparky Expo combination?
I really like the creativity here, and
Uh,
it's one of those cases where I think it's just a bit mean that creativity gets punished so much by
that's
like
true.
meta.
Yeah, that's true. But we give you one creativity point, of course, here for that different deck, for trying something else. I think that should be rewarded.
I guess for Jesus, it pretty much felt like arguing on social media, you know? Some people, they just spam until you're like, okay, there's not really much.
Here's
I
the
can't
replay
be
for
bothered.
us.
As,
A beautiful replay with the Expo. Nice setup there. There's the miner and the wall breakers. He was not able to stop them. I think the bomber was placed a little bit early.
Yeah,
So it
and I
didn't
also
defend.
Yeah, he perfectly punished the fact that he didn't have the tornado in hand anymore, and therefore he could just ensure that connection, because the Tesla was already on the right. The tornado was expended, so nothing there really to do anymore for Jesus. And yeah, believe me, like that wall breaker deck, it's really solid, and it's just so spammy, and you have so much pressure. Because those pesky little wall breakers, they just cost 2 elixir and they do so much damage.
I actually think the Sparky was a really nice idea, because usually the Expo deck has a problem with tanks, because they will block the Expo really easily. And to counter that with the Sparky is a really nice idea. But here it didn't work out, because the Solax deck did not really have that tank in it.
Yeah, Solak also played around it really well, always using those fireballs to the maximum value, always making sure he does connect onto, not only onto the Expo, because that's usually when you can get into like a bad place, if you just fireball the Expo and then your opponent is able to build a push and ensure a connection onto the opposing tower. That can really get you in harm's way. And just, yeah, making sure, I mean, there at one point he just like fireballed the Tesla, the Expo, and the Sparky at the same time.
Really.
It's just an incredible amount of
A
value.
really nice usage of the fireball, and he also cycled really fast with his deck. And
Also the bats, so much value coming out of from those bats.
I always feel like Expo is a risky deck to play anyway, because there's just so many counters to Expo. It's a risk, and very rarely gets rewarded actually.
I feel like Expo is, in my opinion, probably the deck with the highest skill ceiling. Like, the more experience and matchup knowledge you have as an Expo player, the better your results are. And I think like Expo, it's currently, it's actually has a decent like win rate when you just look at the statistics. It's somewhere around 25.5% or so. But they're like, but
are you sure about that 0.5%?
No, not about the half.
25
But it's somewhere
and a half.
it's somewhere between like 52 and 53%. I saw with a quite decent like sample size. But I feel like on top ladder there are a lot more players piloting that to like the maximum potential. And
Yeah, of course, on ladder the decks are also different that are usually played, and Expo I think is more viable on top ladder than in tournament.
That's true.
In tournament it always has a really rough time against all those different decks that we see here. It's not the typical deck you play. And I think in most matches that we commentated in the last 3 years, Expo has at max, I would guess, like 30% wins.
Okay, I'm
in
not
our
sure.
matches. That
not
would be
sure about
interesting
that
to
one.
see.
Yeah,
I feel like it's rarely ever winning actually.
we should do like after season 6. We should do like a breakdown of all the different archetypes that we have seen and how well or not so well they have performed, which will of course also be interesting when we look back at like the changes to Witch, for example, and
E-Golem.
Executioner when they were
E-Golem was a
completely
nice
broken,
one.
and E-Golem, of course. Yeah, those were the times, man. Those were the times. Yeah, we still see some E-Golem decks actually.
I see it very rarely.
It's still hard to play, I feel.
That's one that is more often played actually in tournaments.
True.
But not so often on ladder because it's just too weak.
Yeah, that's
So
very
we're in the next match here. It's 1-1 between Solak and Jesus.
By the way, we didn't even get to mention the bands. It's Mega Knight and the Goblin Drill.
And they're
that
on
have
the
been
screen.
Taken away.
So you can even see for yourself.
Yeah.
It's there.
Our viewers, they already know.
Yeah. We have the best
They've been
viewers.
seeing it all along.
They know.
They knew before we did. As this time, so far, it looks quite mirrory between those two players. Those first 5 cards are nearly identical. Replace the...
It's also interesting how Jesus and Solak, they switched sides on the screen. Did you notice?
Oh yeah, they did. That's interesting. Okay, so pay attention everybody. Jesus is now on top and Solak playing from the bottom to the top. Oh, and they also switched... Oh yeah, they also switched sides on screen.
The Dark Prince, still a very nice card. We love to see him a lot, and I think the Dark Prince has a lot of practical uses in the game.
Yeah, especially with the release of the Goblin Drill, he's even having a bigger surge in terms of popularity because he does so well into it, and he's quite a versatile card on top of it all. I think in the beginning, when the Goblin Drill was super broken and everywhere, every deck had to run either the Dark Prince or the Valkyrie, or both sometimes, in order to deal with those decks. And I think now most people are sticking to the Dark Prince actually, because
The Dark Prince is
just overall a good card.
actually they're on the same side of darkness, but here they fight each other. I'm curious if you're also gonna see this Electro Giant. I think that one is still a very strong card actually. If you don't have the right cards to counter him, it can be really strong.
Look at this, though. It's just such a back and forth. Actually see the Tesla here come out for Solak.
Maybe he's playing Xbox.
And there's also a Tesla on the side of Jesus, so it's pretty much the mirror match here between those two, just with the difference that Solak is running the Spear Goblins and Jesus has the
Wine
Spirit.
Spirit.
But what is that last card? I'm wondering.
It's an Expo.
You think so?
No. Could be.
Could be. Maybe it is.
Maybe it's a Fireball.
Could be. I think it is.
Maybe they won't show.
Just hiding it.
They have secrets.
See, that's the interesting thing here. It's such a mirror match that even the damage is pretty much even. They stay within 150 HP of each other here. As Tesla still getting so much value on defense here. As that log does chip away here once again.
Super close here.
Minor connection is coming in. But knocked away by the log there. Such a back and forth.
Yeah, it's one of those minor duels. You remember in Season 1 we had a lot of those minor
Yeah,
plays.
it reminds me of that too.
Poison,
like a back and forth
minor,
and back and forth.
all the time, and every
Maybe
match,
it's a rocket.
every match used full overtime.
Yeah!
That's a rocket! And the Dark
Predicted!
Prince.
And there's the
again
rocket on the side
another
of
one.
Jesus.
Yeah, but now Solak is gonna win the rocket duel here.
Maybe it's... Okay. I'm proud of my timing there. Gotta be honest.
Is it
There's
a bird?
another rocket coming in here. 125 HP
Another
remaining.
one.
Can Jesus seal the deal here? It doesn't appear so. And there's gonna be the game here for Solak. Taking it to a 2-1 here in the rocket duel in the end. So, yeah.
Yeah, what's your opinion on those minor decks? I'm gonna give you mine.
It's
but you first.
I mean, it can absolutely work. It's just a little. It's getting a little ridiculous when it's a mirror matchup.
Yeah, I feel like it's very repetitive.
Yeah.
Minor decks.
So are we just gonna call Solak Jeffrey Bezos from now?
Why that?
Because he has the rocket.
But that rocket has a different form, though.
True.
I mean, the Bezos rocket had a very special form.
That's very true.
And actually, wasn't it Elon Musk that said something about something else from Jeff that has to be very small, that he needs that rocket. I think it was Elon Musk saying that.
I am not sure. I am not sure. But maybe it's the same with like the big fancy cars, you know?
Yeah.
It's
he needs a big rocket.
it's opposite
I think he said it.
um
I remember the clip.
yeah. It's actually 2-1. We just saw the number switch there. 2-1 here for Jesus. For Solag, of course.
But
So
that was really funny. I mean, how do you get the idea to build this kind of rocket shape? I mean,
I don't know. Maybe it.
maybe some engineer just designed this rocket and he was having such a good time laughing.
Yeah, and he was like,
And
he's never gonna
Jeff
approve
Bezos
this.
just he didn't even think of it. Like,
Yeah.
that's a nice rocket, and we're gonna do it this way. And the engineer had the time of his life with
Like
that.
either he didn't care or he knew. He was like,
And he just pretended not to see it. you know?
Or he knew it exactly and was just like looking forward to everyone.
Yeah, because
like going for them, do it for the meme.
I have it. He wanted to make people not think that he is dirty-minded, so he never said anything.
Okay. Yeah, but I mean that would have never been leaked to the public. That he actually.
And so they just built this rocket, and he couldn't stop it anymore.
Yeah. We actually see some friendly chats here going back and forth between our two contestants here, as Solag took that game, and they're actually congratulating each other for the nice game here, because it really was. It shows when like two players of more or less equal skill go up against each other in a mirror matchup. Then it's really, you can't excuse it by like, okay, it was just a bad matchup for me, or I was unlucky with my rotation, or it's just down to like the fundamentals. And in this case, Solag was the one who reigned supreme, but we're in game number 4 right now.
Game number 4. We're expecting some changes here in this game. I expect some changes here. I hope they don't play minor anymore. Probably not Expo. I'm expecting something tanky. What do you think? Something tanky for a change. It looks like a bomber,
I could
though.
see the E-Giant here coming in for Jesus.
Or maybe Balloon.
Or for both, actually. Yeah,
Just
that's
the Night Witch.
E-Giant from Jesus, I think. Question now is Solag also bringing the E-Giant here? It can very much, could very well be. Just not managed to catch it there. And Dark Prince charges in. Yeah, that's just going to be another mirror matchup here, I believe. With the
Goblin.
E-Giant.
There it is.
And there it is.
The Electro Giant.
And the Goblin Cage there is actually played not on the opposite side, because that's like the big weakness I find of the E-Giant, that it can be baited over from such a long way, and it's actually the reason why it can sometimes struggle
That's quite
against
hard
Hog Rider
to put
decks.
him onto the tower.
Yeah. Can struggle against things like the Hog Rider, because it runs the cannon and it can just like bait it over the entirety of the arena and then also deal quite a bit of damage to it.
And the
There's another
bomber.
bomber taking out the Dark Prince here. And
Yeah, we
so
still
far,
haven't seen the win condition that Jesus is playing here.
It's the same.
It's the
there you
same,
go.
yeah, exactly.
It's
There's
exactly the
the
same.
E-Giant. Let's
And
see if
also-
he's able to place him,
Oh
because
no, look, it's actually a bit of a different version. Solag is running the faster cycle one with running the skeletons, while Jesus does have the Mother Witch. I just checked today which one I want to run. I'm personally running the Mother Witch one. And I quickly gave it a thought, and there is a great lightning coming down here, getting a lot of value.
But again, the Electro Giant doesn't make it to the tower. He gets
It
stuck,
does.
not a single hit.
Yeah, but it does get some retaliation damage from those, how do you say, those Tesla cannons on his back.
I feel like over
Look at this
summer
great
vacation,
absorption.
we forgot the names of the cards a little bit.
Great absorption there with the shield
Now
of
he's on
that
the
lightning.
tower. Beautiful.
Gets one hit there.
Send another one. There it is.
Send him down the hatch. Go, go, go. There's
There it
another.
is.
And there's another tornado now coming in.
But still,
There will be
again,
a zap
it's,
on the
it's
tower.
very,
There's a hit. That's
a very
1,200
close match
HP
here.
remaining.
Once again, very
On the
close.
left. Jesus has the advantage here so far.
Oh,
And
Inferno
it just
Dragon
goes to show you,
gets
Mother
a
Witch.
little connection.
Mother Witch is the supreme tech in this one. And now, it's tit for tat here. E-Giant against E-Giant. Inferno Dragon versus Inferno Dragon. And there's one tornado.
Beautiful lightning.
Maybe there's another tornado. No, that's another lightning here.
Yeah, Solak
And he
has
does
a
pull back.
little advantage, but doesn't get to the tower once again. A little bit of damage, that's just it. And also Solak is able to defend. And we're in overtime, by the way. It's only 1 minute left.
Triple elixir time is approaching fast. There's another Mother Witch now coming down here for the side of Jesus. There's another E-Giant yet again. And I think it could as very well come down to the lightning here. There's an aggressive lightning here being used by Solak, trying to break through, pulling everything back here on the side of Jesus. There's another Dark Prince to defend. That's a bit of damage coming out from it. Now the damage lead is in favor of Solak, actually. Another great lightning here. I'm missing the lightnings come out from Solak here a bit there. The two E-Giants, or no, Inferno Dragons, of course, grilling each other. Another tornado now.
Getting distracted.
25 seconds remaining.
24.
Can he close it out here? There's another lightning.
Yeah, there's not much needed actually to get that tower here to 0.
Yeah, but can he use? There's an aggressive lightning now.
Yeah, now it's
that's
all
a
on
very,
that
very
E-Giant.
healthy. That's a very healthy E-Giant. Can he get the connection?
No.
Does not have the damage advantage. So great Goblin Cage here being squeezed in, and Solak takes it 3-1 here in the tiebreaker. Gets the advantage here, cycling those lightnings fast and very, very efficient, I gotta say. And in the end, manages to squeeze out a win. While it looked quite dire for quite a while, about 500 damage lead. Pretty much the majority of the match for Jesus.
What I'm missing a little bit here in this match is it was all just in one lane. And I feel like they could have mixed it up a little bit by switching lanes and also surprised the opponent by switching lanes. That was missing a little bit, and that could have changed the game.
Yeah, here we have another replay here. Great
it's
lightning.
just very predictable if they always play the same lane.
Just look, the Mother Witch here is great, and the lightning is 2, and there the tornado being used just to stall, and then the Goblin Cage coming down last second here, while that bomber gets so much value here on defense. And Solak there, you see, he's like, the palms are sweaty, and he's like, okay, that was a close one. Because
I feel like if Jesus just for distraction places one E-Giant on the other lane, he actually forces Solak to also switch to the other lane, and that could have given him a little edge.
But the thing is, for the entirety of those 5 minutes, or pretty much up until triple elixir time, Jesus actually was in the lead, and by quite a bit. And just Solak using his lightnings more and more aggressively, so to speak.
Yeah.
He managed to just stifle those pushes.
That's also because everything happens in the same lane. He can basically start to use the lightning on the troops of the opponent and on the tower.
Yeah, that's also like where, of course, the tech choice comes in, because he does have the skeletons. They're just 1 elixir, while Jesus has the Mother Witch, who in this matchup doesn't do that much, to be honest, and costs 3 more elixir. That just means Solak is back to his lightnings a lot faster, back to his Goblin Cages a lot faster, and in this matchup he does get the upper hand through that, and you can really see that in triple elixir time.
And that is of course a beautiful lead here for Solak.
Yeah. No Solak here?
Actually he wins, doesn't he?
He does.
Yeah,
3-1.
3-1 victory already here for Solak, and we see the statistics here. Yeah, average card elixir again. Once again, it's the more elixir player lost, but that's quite random actually. We noticed last season. What is interesting here that is Solak was a little bit more on the spell side of things, but actually the very similar. And we've seen that in the plays. It was almost mirror matchups all the time.
Yeah, absolutely. So I mean, they probably prepared together and also like brought a similar lineup with, of course, their own preferences. We've seen it. No, I mean, the minor deck wasn't exactly the same. We had the spear goblins instead of the electro spirit for Solak, I think, and then in this case the skeletons instead of the mother witch here for Solak. And yeah, as we see, I think the most interesting stat here is that Solak played more spells, and I personally feel that spells are usually a good indicator for the skill ceiling, because to use let's say to use an electro giant, the skill ceiling isn't really the skill ceiling is kind of okay, play it in that moment where your opponent does not have enough elixir to defend it, so you can push through, or at least make sure that you build a push while your opponent doesn't like completely punish you on the opposite side of the arena, and you can still defend that with your elixir lead. For a spell, the elixir, the skill ceiling is pretty much infinite, because the moment you use it or the window to use it is a lot bigger, and the individuality, and you can get technically an infinite amount of value out of it, depending on when you use it and how exactly.
Well, this of course is a very good start for our ruling champion Solak. He's the current champion, and I think that's quite a good start for him, because they both were in the final last time and Solak wins again. So I mean, he can go quite optimistic into this season with this start he's shown today. And we're looking forward to the next match of today, just after a very tiny short break. Just enough time for you to actually get some popcorn and non-alcoholic beverages, and then be back just right after the break.
Living energy.
unstoppable.
Start your esports career now at play.eslgaming.com.
Mit dem Scheitel wäre es natürlich toll, wenn man den nicht vergisst zu machen, weil sonst ist es einfach nervig, wenn man jetzt...
Alice, kannst du mir helfen mit dem WLAN-Passwort?
Mom, geh doch einfach auf die My Swisscom App.
You ready? Huh? Hey, he's a good boy, huh? You ready? Huh?
Start your esports career now at play.eslgaming.com.
You love it, you wear it. What's your style? Get your merch at shop.eslgaming.com.
Bouton ici. C'est branché. Et voilà! Internet ultra rapide!
Toujours pas.
Bah non. Ouais, allô? Ouais, écoutez, j'ai un souci familial. Ça marche pas.
What's your style? Get your merch at shop.eslgaming.com.
Hello everyone, welcome back to part 2 of the show. Again with you, Luca Don Rigoni and myself, Chief Avalon, commenting the matches for you. We're really looking forward to this. We also love the new design they made here for us. Very, very cool. And
Simple, crisp, beautiful,
yeah,
just like us.
a lot of blue, actually. It looks really cool. Looking forward to the matches. Great season starting today. This is match day 1 of this season.
Yeah.
6. Incredible.
We're just coming off a rematch, essentially, of last season's finals here between Solak and Jesus. And to be honest, it went pretty much the same way. Like, Jesus in the beginning getting the lead, looking really good. But in the end, Solak just being the superior player here by the looks of it and coming out on top of this duel. Quite an intense one to watch, and a lot of mirror matchups with like some slight differences in tech cards they were using, but very much enjoyable here to see these two teammates and top class players going up against each other. But now it is time for one of our veterans here we have in the league.
Oh, me?
Yeah, well, there are veterans and there are...
or is it us?
We're also veterans.
Before we get to the veterans, actually, one more... No, I forgot my thought.
Okay.
Because you talked so long. I forgot what I wanted to say.
But we have a newcomer here coming in who will be going up against our veteran Kefron, and that's going to be a new face here. It's going to be Adipa who is going up against him here. And I'm very, very curious what we're going to be seeing out of this new player here in the league. As far as I know, he's quite well known within the Swiss Clash Royale community, but personally I haven't seen him on stream yet, so I'm quite interested in what kind of a player he is. Can he like give our old players here a run for their money, or will he just
Maybe.
struggle here against them?
Now, actually, I remember I wanted to give some thought about the previous match too. The thing is, all of those matches were actually very close.
Yeah.
And what you can see is that those two players, Solak and Jesus, they're really close together. And for both of them, everything is still possible in this tournament.
Yeah, of course.
It could have gone as well the other way, actually, because they played so close.
Yeah, it's a game of inches, and I mean that's also the reason
So
why
now
both of these have been in our past finals.
we're in the first match here between Adipa and Kefran. And actually, we're also able to see Adipa here, I guess, for the first time on stream.
Yeah, that bomber there being taken out there right away by the Fire Spirit, plus the help of that log. And so far, Kefran here starting out with what could as well be an Expo deck. Watching by it, and he's been quite fond of the Expo actually in the past.
That's true.
Been bringing that time and time again.
Also balloons, I guess. Expo and balloon decks. He was always quite strong with that.
Yeah, and there we see that newly buffed Fire Spirit, just for 1 elixir, deals so much chip damage here, and also for these fast cycle deck, it's been quite the welcome addition, if I may say so.
What's
Just
also
to be
interesting
able-
today is the Dark Prince is basically in every deck.
Yeah, absolutely so. I guess that's just the tech just in case you go up against the Goblin Drill, you essentially just need that. And also, like in this case, Adipa banning out the Tornado here just makes a lot of sense in this case against his deck archetype here, because it looks to be a rather spammy deck, and yeah, removing that Tornado out of the mix just gives him a natural advantage, I'd say. Maybe
The
it's
bomber-
also
the
it's
mortar.
actually a mortar.
That's interesting.
Haven't
Actually,
seen it
the
in a
thing
while.
is, the bomber has become kind of a log bait card now, because you can basically log him. And that mortar didn't do anything.
Nope,
That's
really
weird.
not. Tesla there just taking it out rather quickly. And I'm curious what that last card is coming out for Adipa here, as well as Kefran.
I feel like Kefran may have the Expo in the deck.
It might very well, and there we see the Fire Spirit once again here together with the log, just doing such a good job of just eliminating these archers right away, and also the Musketeer here not getting any additional chip on that tower. And once again, the miner does come down for more chip here for Adipa. He's doing this quite adeptly here.
Big damage lead here by Adipa at the moment. Doing this
Nearly
quite
1k
strong.
damage up so far.
Controlling the match with his miner basically at the moment. Doesn't even use the mortar. I think he played him only once for now. Mortar, by the
now
way,
he knows.
also a great card in defense.
Yeah, and like for Kefran, it's really hard to catch out these miners, because essentially his only response to it is the Dark Prince.
Oh,
which
it's
he
a
needs,
graveyard
and it's
deck.
a graveyard deck actually.
Graveyard poison.
Okay, both of them bringing the poison to the table here. Kefran is cheering, realizes, okay, his opponent does have the poison as well. Therefore, not really much to be gained with those skeletons spawning around your opponent's tower. And yeah, he even manages to extend the lead here, about 1,200 damage of a difference between those two. Defensive poison here once again, and those skeletons will just not stand a chance. I guess Graveyard is kind of a zombie card, isn't it? I mean,
especially if you face a poison.
It's undead.
I mean, the
rising
problem
from the
is here
ground.
with
Okay,
the graveyard.
What was that?
With the
Adipa?
graveyard, it's really hard to score.
Adipa here with a huge misplay though.
Beautiful
What is that? And he
arrows.
does actually go down. One more
Oh,
hit,
yes.
and there's the
No.
poison coming in. The Kefran out of nowhere. What just happened?
Yeah, and actually has the counter in his deck with the poison. He can easily counter the graveyard.
what
But
happened?
it didn't work.
What was that?
He didn't have the poison. I'm telling you. Just listen.
What were those spear goblins? Just like, what?
He didn't have the poison to defend the graveyard.
Yeah, but he messed up before that.
That's the misplay.
I guess.
And
Okay.
yeah, actually it was a really good lead for Adipa. And then all of a sudden it turned.
And then, yeah, I mean,
And
you're
why
in the
did it
lead until
turn?
you're not.
Because he didn't defend the graveyard.
No, not even that. I mean, before that, he played the spear goblins on the left side
Yeah, that was
out
weird.
of nowhere, and then just like didn't have enough elixir to defend, I guess, or enough.
Yeah, maybe, yeah,
What
it was
was
a
this?
misplacement, maybe. A little misplacement. But still, I mean, with the poison at hand, he could defend the graveyard. I mean, he had to expect the graveyard at that moment.
Yeah, yeah, or
And also,
I
of
know.
course, use the spare goblins for defense. That would work quite well.
maybe it was the nerfs, or he lagged out, or
Yeah,
what
maybe-
was that? That was.
Maybe he just slid on
Yeah.
the device and
He literally choked. We
that
didn't see it on
can
cam, but
happen.
yeah, I mean that must be frustrating.
It happens to the best, but rarely to the rest.
True that, because like the big advantage that Adipa had in this one was, as I said, like Kefron nearly barely had any direct answer to catch the miner. Yeah, he could take it down with like the bomber plus Mega Minion time and time again, but he always would get one or
Yeah, it
two
was
hits
actually
in.
interesting. Why did Kefron never really stop that miner? He just let him do 1-2 hits every
Because
single
I guess
time.
he always used the Dark
And-
Prince to push.
Yeah, he
instead of
could have
catch it
used the
down.
Dark Prince for defense.
And
maybe
the archers, I mean, if you use
that
the
would
archers,
be
they
a
just
change
die.
here.
And yeah,
But of course, it's the first match, so it's more of a just getting to know the opponent and warming up a little bit, trying different things. We're going into the second match, and I'm curious. I think Kefron, he needs some change here. Maybe play it less aggressive and focus on defending that miner.
yeah. And
If
for
Adipa plays a miner again.
and of course for Adipa, I mean, it's pretty much do the same, except for
The
like
end.
the last 15 seconds, I guess. Look at this. He even gets some chip in here.
It's always the last
the
few
Fire
seconds
Spirit.
where you lose, you know. It's like Boris
Smart
Becker
ass.
once said in tennis, he doesn't play as well as his opponents, but he always makes the last point.
Yeah, fair. Very wise. And there's the bandit now charging in. There's the mini peck and him making his way down the right hand side. But those skeletons will just be the perfect answer. And once again here, Adipa sticking to a very low and fast curve. Does use that Fire Spirit once again here for chip and even gets an elixir advantage out of it. And there once again there's another bandit charging in, but does not get anything.
Yeah, beautiful. The
accomplished.
skeleton army is still a card that is quite commonly used, and of course the Dark Prince counters it as we've seen here, but I think it has a great usage here, the Skarmy.
Yeah.
Always to stop those many units. It can also stop tanks quite easily, actually. So it's really a very diverse card.
Yeah, but it's still like ever since the introduction of the Mother Witch, it is of course also a big risk, because the Mother Witch does get a ton of spawns out of it. And yeah, Kefron, he looks to be back to his favorite archetype, being the Golem here.
Beautiful. I love the Golem.
And the Skarmy here doing a great job of
Bandit actually
stopping that
connects to the
push.
tower there. That's quite a good push there with the Bandit and the Dark Prince. Look at that.
That will just be
Bandit.
tower down here, or nearly
Almost.
270 remaining here. Great defensive poison here actually coming out to stop everything.
Yeah, that's really the problem. The Golem is just so expensive and he invests so much into the Golem
Great
and gets
job.
countered in the other lane. Trying
Even
with
the
another
Tesla
Golem.
here. A great defensive answer against the Golem, but there's another one now for Kefron. I think if he can defend this here, it will be very, very tough here for Kefron to actually break with this.
I feel like Kefran is missing a little bit of splash damage in his deck. He's basically only has the bomber.
And there's
for splash damage.
He's already back to another poison here. And that bandit will just be able to stop the mini P.E.K.K.A there too.
Everything stopped.
Pretty much even here in Elixir. And that's a goblin drill here coming out for Adipa.
Yeah, he can
on the left-hand
it.
side. And the goblin stabs the tower for the game. And yeah, Adipa just taking a sip of orange juice, being like, okay, this is what we like. This is what we like a lot better. Not messing up here this time. Not playing any games. He was on top of his gameplay this time around.
That was a very impressive gameplay here by Adipa, and we go into a little replay for you to have a close look at. The problem really is here that this golem does not have the least of a chance to actually hit that tower and damage it. It gets taken out so fast.
You can see
that's really a problem here.
The sigh of relief there coming out for Adipa when he manages to cycle back to yet another poison, and there, look at him, just that big smirk on his face,
he
knowing
could even
okay,
finish it with poison and the log.
Yeah, we can close it down here. It wasn't actually orange juice; it was iced tea. So I was mistaken. I'm very sorry.
Yeah, don't give misinformation.
I apologize.
You may get banned off Twitch for misinformation about the iced tea.
I think so too. I think so too.
Be careful, my friend.
We're gonna get banned for misinformation.
Don't.
We already have our DMCA strikes racked up.
Do we?
From singing?
No, we don't. From singing? I don't think so. It was no, we didn't sing well enough.
Was it bad enough? Okay.
It was too bad.
Fair.
To even get the match.
Lucky us.
So no problem there. It's 1-1, guys, and that was a very interesting match because the first one was close. This one here was really strong. With that golem matchup, it was really difficult for him to push that golem to the tower. The defense was just too strong against that golem, especially with the Tesla. I mean, the Tesla is basically enough to counter that golem.
Yeah, which is quite insane. I mean, it's 4 elixir to just defend it. And then the poison on top of it all. I mean, poison great into the Mother Witch, great into the Night Witch, of course, great into the golem, great into the bomber, of course. And I mean, just with the poison and the log, you can take down most of that push, and whatever is left will get taken out by the Tesla. So
I feel like golem is still not in a good place in the meta at the moment. I love to see it. It's a great play. I love to play it, the golem, but it has a hard time. Maybe he was hoping for an Expo to counter. That would be nice, but wasn't the case.
Back into game number 3 here.
And the Furnace actually is also a really great card. It got a change though. There is only 1 Fire Spirit coming from that Furnace now.
But
which
it's
is
a buffed Fire Spirit.
But it feels,
and he actually gets
it feels
damage
empty. A little bit empty without the second Fire Spirit.
Gets the damage in there onto the tower, and yeah, the Mega Minion here doing a great
That's
job.
actually, I think that's where the song came from. It feels so empty without me. That's what the second Fire Spirit said.
Yeah, I think so too. Gotta agree. There is the Lumberjack here coming down for Adipa. Great job being taken out by the
Wizard.
By the E-Wiz here. Just look at the sheer value that this Furnace
That's a
getting.
classic here with the giant goblin, the goblin giant.
Giant. We call him the
nice
giant
names.
goblin.
the goblin giant and Sparky. That's a classical deck. And the E-Barbs.
And the E-Barbs.
That's
Okay,
new, though.
he's
That's
going.
new.
He's going.
Oh, beautiful lightning.
He goes full on disgusting mode here on the side of Kefran.
Here, lightning hits more than twice, and it hurts.
Yeah, definitely does.
And Kefran laughs about it when he sees it.
And quite a significant damage advantage here.
That was painful, getting those 2 E-Barbs and the giant destroyed.
Yeah, Elixir pretty much even here. Adipa is down 1 Elixir.
You know, that's a 6 Elixir win.
Yeah.
With the lightning against giant and the E-Barbs.
Does counter on the opposite side here, does get the Royal Giant to connect, and that's just gonna be towered down here on the left for Adipa.
He focuses on his push, Hebra, trying to get his push in place. And able to distract
Absorbs it.
Sparky.
Ooh, unlucky there. The lumberjack does get played
Beautiful.
too late and will get taken out by the Sparky shot.
There's the E-Barbs on the left tower.
E-Barbs are raged up
Sparky
here. They do
on
a
the
lot
king.
of damage. There's another Goblin Giant. Fern is coming out, but that Goblin Giant will still chip away at the tower here. Does make his connection great. Heal
And the
Spirit.
next tower falls.
30 seconds left, and Kefron with the cheese here, managing to take
Royal
out
Giant in the pocket. Can he
opponent.
turn the game once again and close up?
Royal Giant will not be able to stay alive for long enough. That's 10 more
The
seconds.
Electro Wizard taking out the King
The
Tower.
E-Wiz, that's a 3 crown here for
Beautiful.
Kefron. Oh,
That's why we love Sparky decks, because
True that.
there's just more action, and we love the action.
but did you see the big misplay?
What misplay?
Maybe we can
No,
have a look at
the
it.
Lumberjack,
In our,
you mean?
yeah, in our
it was
replay.
unlucky. The Lumberjack was a little bit too close to the Barbarian,
Yeah.
and so both of them got taken
Yeah.
out. That
Okay,
was
we don't-
painful
we
to
don't see
watch,
it anymore.
actually. That was
Um,
painful.
Yeah, but then Kefron just realizing, okay, he messed up. I'm gonna punish him to the fullest here, and just spamming all those troops really aggressively.
Yeah, what do you think about him just ignoring that E-Wizard there? He just ignored him, and he could
I mean,
finish the
he
king.
knew at this point. You can already see him. He's already sipping once again.
His
And,
orange
yeah,
iced
look,
tea
he-
juice.
he's giving the thumbs up to the camera. I was like, yeah, well played. Okay, you got it.
Yeah.
That's-
Time for iced tea.
Yeah, but I think what he did there, that is important, because he knew right that very moment, like, okay, he played the bar barrel to absorb the shot, and then wanted to play the lumberjack to take out not only the Sparky but also the Goblin Giant thereafter. And when he knew, okay, that one is gone, he knew that that match is lost. You can, in that situation, you cannot come back from a 4 elixir or even 6 elixir disadvantage, because like before that he just came off a play where he essentially traded sides, you know, when he played that Mega Minion plus Royal Giant on the left. That's 9 elixir. He was already down 1 elixir before that, so he's like essentially down 10 elixir for taking down the left hand side. So you have to come back somewhere, and if he then does a misplay, as it happened, he just knows, okay, at this point there's nothing I can do anymore.
He had a little bit of hope for a moment when he placed that Royal Giant in the pocket, but then the E-Barbs just take him out so easily.
E-Barbs
and
plus
then
Dark
all
Prince.
hope was gone, and he actually let that E-Wizard destroy the King Tower.
Yeah, at this point he was just like, okay, let's do a mental reset, prepare for the next game, think about what I'm gonna bring, and not like leave the past in the past essentially, and not get tilted. And I think that's a very important skill actually to have and to learn if you personally struggle with that, because
Also a great comeback after the Golem fail in the previous match. Now this time with the Sparky matchup.
Yeah.
Played that one really well, and it's also a classic deck, except for that little twist it got with the E-Barbs. What do you think about those E-Barbs being added to that deck?
I mean, like when the E-Barbs got buffed and became so popular, I did that to every deck. Like I just everywhere added in the E-Barbs. You could take out skeletons
cheesy.
and just put in the E-Barbs, because
Isn't that a bit cheesy?
I mean, that gets a little heavier, but because they're so strong, it doesn't really matter. So just put them in. I didn't photograph it. That's the big pity here.
Kind of an emergency defense there with the Tesla.
Adipa here, he really likes those kind of low elixir cost.
And yeah, by the
aggressive
way,
deck.
it's match point for Kefra.
It is. And once again, 2 Dark Princes here charging against each other. There's another Fire Spirit, getting a great amount of value in. One of the Spear Goblins does fall.
The Bomber. The Bomber is also very popular since it's only 2 elixir now.
Yeah, it is.
It used to be
This
3
time-
elixir. For the new players maybe. It
This
used
time
to
he
be
does
3
catch it.
elixir.
I mean, there you can see. I mean, he can use he can use the archers to catch the miner, but they just trade 1 for 1 essentially.
He just played the arrows. Why do you think he did that?
Just to cycle.
Maybe just get him out of the cycle.
Exactly. Okay, I have elixir to spare. Let's just use them for a bit of chip. But that Dark Prince here will get taken out by that Fire Spear. Plus the help of the Royal Delivery. But once again here, it looks like quite the back and forth. I think for Kefron, what did he bring last time with this deck? I already forgot.
Yeah.
Sparrow's Brain. Another log here.
That was Graveyard.
Oh yeah,
Graveyard
true.
Poison.
Yeah, it is Graveyard again then. Big question, of course, is for Adipa, does he have the poison once again?
There's the Graveyard.
We will see right now. And he does not, by the looks of it.
There's the poison. Yeah, I
There's the
predicted that
aggressive
one. Beautiful.
But no defensive poison this time around. But look, that's 2 Dark Princes now and the Miner on the tower here. Look at this. This is a 3-way.
No, that's 2v1. That's not fair. Come on. You gotta be fair.
Great log there as well for a lot of value, plus the Miner there.
Yes.
Being unfazed behind that tower.
And especially the goblins were able to do damage.
Just whacking
for
away.
quite a while.
Like imagine you're a princess on a tower and there's just a crazy guy coming out of the ground behind you and just whacks his shovel against the very tower that you're standing on.
Sounds a bit creepy.
True.
But also to stand on a
is.
tower like that is a little bit creepy.
Yeah, well, I gotta agree. There's not Dark Prince now coming down
So
here
he's
for
preparing
Adipa.
his graveyard push, and this time actually Adipa doing what we said before, is using the goblins for defense against the graveyard, which
I mean, he
usually
did
works
before,
quite
but
well.
they were taken out by the poison. But this time Tesla here doing a great job, and now Kefron actually has to try his
he
very
just
best to
cycles
catch those miners.
into the log. If his last card is
okay.
Rocket,
There's a Rocket.
at the moment I want to say it.
And this time he's smirking once again. I just love looking at Adipa's camera. You have to just look at him. He's enjoying himself. He's like, okay, we got it. We did our due diligence here. Let's just press the skill button, shoot the rocket at the tower,
Skill button.
and we're good to go.
So you call that skill then?
I mean, to get it there, that you can just use the rocket.
Let's
and
go
lead
to
back.
the replay. Doing better looking at the replay here.
Yeah.
Beautiful arrows actually taking out those 3 goblins here
look,
in the
Tesla
graveyard.
here just
But
doing
it's just
such
a
a good
Tesla.
job.
I mean, the Tesla basically is enough to protect against that graveyard, which seems
And
a
look
little
here,
bit unlucky.
just to the miner even gets a hit on the tower, even though he uses 5 elixir to defend. And
There's
look,
the
he's
rocket.
already sitting back, reaching for his iced
drinking
tea
his
once
orange
again,
iced tea and
and be like, okay, yeah, we got this in the bag. So bring it on for game number 5 here, as
no,
they
it's
tie the score.
2 each.
2 each.
2-2.
2-2-2.
2-2.
2
each.
2.
2 to each of them. Yeah, beautiful. It's
I missed being here.
yeah, you certainly did. Yeah, it's a beautiful matchup here, very close actually. A back and forth in between Kefron and the Dipper. But it's also a little bit of rock, scissors, paper at the moment, I feel like. And that may also be the reason why it's always switching between one and the other, because with the golem it was like the other one had the counter, and then with the graveyard, so
honestly,
I don't know.
I'm disagree. I got to disagree.
No,
here
you
a bit.
can't. You can never disagree.
Okay.
But
honor the elderly.
But exactly. But you wanted to add another thought.
Yeah, I wanted to add another dimension to it.
Yeah, do
No,
it. Go ahead.
Actually,
enlighten us.
In both the 2 matches that Adipa lost, there was one significant mistake that he did. Like that one time where he played the spear goblins on the wrong side of the arena and just didn't defend at all. And then the other time where he lost the lumberjack to the Sparky. So
I'm
I
not
feel
so
like
sure about the lumberjack. I feel like that was just a timing problem, basically. And the Lumberjack maybe took a little bit too long to shoot, and that's why he hit both. And he expected him to shoot like a fraction of a second earlier.
Or he like
and then
either
it would
he
work.
misplaced it,
Like
like
the
too far
timing.
forward, or too close to like the shot in and of itself. But it was still, I think it was still a mistake. And with Adipa here bringing these really low elixir cost fast cycle cards or decks rather, you can barely afford to make these kind of mistakes, and I think that's a big reason.
Especially if it's
showing
that close. I
Yeah.
mean, you cannot not afford any mistake here.
Yeah,
At this level.
but like if he doesn't mess up, he appears to have the upper hand here in most of the matches. Well, maybe the Sparky Goblin Giant was not winnable. We can't tell. We can't turn back time. But the other one certainly was, and he had the upper hand there for quite a while, and he had the counter in the poison essentially. And I'm still not sure what happened.
I feel like Sparky Goblin Giant really is a strong deck, and maybe he should give that one another shot.
Yeah.
Because we haven't really seen if the opponent would be able to counter it in any way.
Yeah, and
it
I
felt
mean, it
like
would
really strong.
Yeah, and it would make sense because so far Adipa has shown that he's really not running these control cards. He's not running like the Ewiz. The only thing he's running is the Dark Prince, but I feel like that's an all-include in pretty much every deck we've seen tonight so far. But other than that, he really values those aggressive cards and not really like the defensive cards. And there, if you don't have an Ewiz, a Sparky becomes so much harder
really
to
strong.
defend. Yeah, can get a lot of value.
So
And things like Goblin
I
Giant,
would give
Sparky.
that one another shot.
Also the E-Barbs have been really strong against these archetypes. Yeah.
But enough of the talk. Let's do the walk. Let's go into this match here. Kefran against Adipa, which is match point for either of them.
Yeah, definitely is this time around. Once again here, cards have a bit of a log for chip damage. I'm curious, does Kefran stick to his roots, bringing another golem deck?
None of them showing the cards yet. A little. Oh, starts with a rocket.
Here.
Almost did the chief pet there. It was very close at the baby dragon. But well, he hit.
Yeah, he does, and therefore gets himself a nice
Lava Hound, beautiful.
damage advantage.
Expo! Oh!
To be Expo
That's
versus
an interesting
Lumberjack.
matchup.
Lumberjack. Lava Hound here.
Lumber Lava against Expo. And that's a very interesting one here, because Lava Hound is in a very strong place still, or again.
That's a big push here on the left side.
And it's gonna be quite hard to stop here for an Expo.
Oh, that's
deck.
actually a clone here. Oh, Adipa just... he's standing... he's leaving! He's gone. Adipa just rage quit. Throws out the good game here. He knows, okay,
Yeah,
I can't...
I mean, come on, it's obvious. With the Expo deck, he cannot do anything against the Lava
No, he
Hound
really
deck.
cannot. He really can't.
It's not even because of the clone. It's just not able to stop that Lava Hound push.
That is very true. That is, I mean, it looked great. He was just like, okay, yeah.
What you gonna do? He doesn't have any cards to really stop that push.
Yeah.
He could place Tesla maybe.
Talking about rock, paper, scissor, I
Yeah.
mean, clone is just the prime example for rock, paper, scissor. Either you have poison, or zap can also do decently into it, or maybe like a fire spirit.
I'm not
if
even
you do
sure.
If you do not have that,
I think he didn't even have anything against air units.
you might as well.
Makes
You
it
might
really
as well
hard.
really stand up and just leave.
I mean, the only way would be the Tesla, but he
pay attention.
look
to
at
pay
his
attention
deck.
to his camera.
Look at his deck. He doesn't
Pay
have
attention to the
anything
camera.
against air.
Look
Nothing.
at it. Oh,
Did you
look at him. He's just like, oh, okay.
did you see that? Look at his deck. He doesn't have anything to attack air units.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, it is very true. I mean, he has the Tesla to defend.
That's the only thing. Even without the clone, it's unstoppable. No air
Throwing
units.
out a good game there, and then he's like, okay.
Yeah,
We're done
that's-
for tonight. And Kefron is like,
That's-
okay, I'm sorry for doing this to you. You can't do him like that, Kefron. We know you love to, but I still disagree, you know.
It's not his fault.
No, it's not his fault.
If he doesn't have anything that targets air units, I mean, what you gonna do? It
True,
happens to
yeah.
me as well sometimes. You have to have something against air.
True that. But nevertheless, here, Kefron taking the win with a 3-2 with what was a very
But
amusing last game.
That should be a lesson to everyone. Expect the Lava Hound as well.
Expect the clone, no.
Because usually they don't expect Lava Hound anymore.
Yeah.
So
Well, Lava
it
Hound, but
is
maybe
strong.
not clone.
A lot of those matches, I mean, basically all of the matches today took place on the ground.
See?
Not in the air.
See, I personally, I feel my boy Adipa here, because it's like, okay, what am I gonna do? Am I gonna prepare for this fringe case of someone being crazy enough to bring a clone to the match, and like have cards specifically in for that very moment if it ever happens, or do I just play another deck, and if somebody decides to play the clone, I just go, okay,
But
I'm out.
once again,
Let's go next.
Let me add something to your interpretation. Even without the clone, there's no way of him winning this match. It's not about the clone. He has nothing in his deck to counter air units.
Fair.
And my point is basically be prepared for air attacks as well, because
Yeah.
all the battles take place on the ground. All
Okay.
the matches today.
I absolutely
you have to
agree
be
with that
careful
one.
about that as
Yeah.
well, and
Yeah.
that's what I like about this matchup here.
Yeah, I do play some Lava Hand here and there myself.
I know
And
your
it's actually-
your
and-
hate of the clone, but
Yeah.
I say the clone is
was
not the
at fault.
problem
I
here.
agree. And oftentimes you just win matches by default because they do not have any response to air, or just one. And if you have like 4 air cards or 5 and they have 1 response, well, good luck, my friend.
Yeah.
There we can see
Yeah.
it.
That's really.
I
I mean,
mean,
now we see the last card. I mean, basically,
a rocket,
he has
yeah.
Tesla and the rocket. There's no way he's gonna defend.
Oh no,
that.
we saw the rocket. The last one was Fire Spirit, actually.
Yeah.
I mean, Fire Spirit could have done okay-ish
Well,
against it, but
well, with the baby dragon and the lava hound,
Yeah,
that's
it's
basically
tough.
enough to take the tower.
it's really tough.
And
Yeah.
then the lumberjack on the ground. I mean, it's gonna speed them up even more.
Yeah. But yeah, for our social media team, please make this into a meme. I really love watching Adipa's camera. We should just do
Just
a
leave.
compilation at the end of the season, or of like every match day, of like their reactions.
The comment or the caption here would be: if you don't like it, just leave.
Yeah, it's like the dead inside when he's like, okay.
Well, yeah, he just died a little bit on the inside.
Yeah,
in that
yeah, you
moment,
could really
and
tell, like the
well,
moment.
It's just a matter of
You
rock,
would have-
scissors,
y-
paper.
It's like when you pause and you're like, that's the exact moment where his heart broke and his hopes shattered.
You're making this into a romance here.
Well,
His heart broke. Well, enough of the romance. We have to head into a little break. And yeah, we're sorry to tell you so, that we have to have a little break. But it's also a chance for you guys to grab some drinks and snacks and be backs.
see ya in
With the
few minutes.
snacks in a few minutes.
Vomit off darkness. Vomit off darkness.
We're stuck in your car on a Friday night, and we laugh away stuff we try not to talk about. Still your smile keep on heating up the climate, and all the blood to my cheeks are rushing out, yeah. And by accident, you're getting closer. Well, can you tell me something, tell me something? Is it a wild shot of letting you know that you're the topic of all of my thoughts, yeah. 'Cause of this friend zone. I swear that you look at me differently. Whatever it is, it just feels so real. And your eyes keep on talking in the silence, and all the blood to my cheeks are rushing now, yeah, yeah. And I'm hoping you are getting closer. Well, can you tell me something, tell me something? Is it a wild shot of letting you know that you're the topic of all of my thoughts, yeah? And that I'll take
Unstoppable.
Start your esports career now at play.eslgaming.com.
Mit dem Scheitel wäre es natürlich toll, wenn man den nicht vergisst zu machen, weil sonst ist es einfach nervig, wenn man jetzt...
Alice, kannst du mir helfen mit dem WLAN-Passwort?
Mom, geh doch einfach auf die My Swisscom App!
You ready? Huh? Hey, boy, he's a good boy, huh? You ready? Huh?
Start your esports career now at play.eslgaming.com.
You love it, you wear it. What's your style? Get your merch at shop.eslgaming.com.
Et voilà, Internet ultra rapide.
toujours pas.
Mais non. Ouais, allô? Ouais, écoutez, j'ai un souci familial. Ça marche pas.
What's your style? Get your merch at shop.eslgaming.com.
Welcome back, ladies to gentlemen, and welcome to another another evening here of the Swisscom Hero League powered by ESL. We just kicked off season 6 here. Well, technically not tonight, but yesterday with some CS:GO action. But tonight and tomorrow it is time for Clash Royale every Tuesday and Wednesday for the next 3 weeks. 4 weeks.
Yeah, and then it's gonna be Tuesday and Friday.
Yes, exactly. So we're looking forward to an exciting season. My name, of course, Don Rigoni, and joining me here tonight, as always, is Chief Avalon, as we'll have our next matchup coming up, and it's Toy Boy against Baumbear. No,
Bumper.
it's
Yeah,
not.
thanks for the very nice greetings, of course, once again. Also follow us, guys, on social media if you don't want to miss anything. My friend Don Rigoni, you find him with Don_Rigoni, basically everywhere. And yeah, you find me on Chief Avalon, because that will also help you not to miss any of those matches, because of course we always tweet about them as well. And that gives you a better chance to be part of this amazing action here.
Yeah, absolutely. So
And now let's talk about Baumbert. Who is that guy?
well,
Who that?
in I'm just saying, in Lord of the Rings, Lord,
Lord of Links.
he is the leader of the Treants, of course.
Of the three guys.
Of the Treants who wage war or rise up against Saruman and try take down his fort and his how do you say, breeding grounds for the Uruk-hai. But who Baumbert is, I honestly do not know.
There's
him as
actually a
player
beautiful
yet.
meme about that. I'm not sure if you know that one. It's the trees come to help,
Yeah.
and they can't open the fort, and so the trees are there and say, "We're here to help you guys," and then they actually use the trees to build battle rams.
Oh, that's me.
And destroy the door. Like, well,
you can do that.
That
You
was
can
not
do
the
that.
intention, to actually kill the trees and use them as rams. So.
That's me. Poor trees.
But it's a beautiful meme,
Save the
anyways.
trees. But ban the goblin drills and the earthquakes here, by the looks of it.
So why do they ban the drill? What do you think about that ban?
Well, it's still a very strong card. It can be countered these days, but we only see it like twice tonight so far. But it can. Most of all, it's very annoying. It's really a card.
It's fast.
It's an aggressive card, and he might be just annoyed by it. I think this is just a preference ban here, not really like. Oftentimes we see certain spells being banned just due to the fact that you want to play a specific archetype, or B, make your opponent think that you're going to be bringing a specific archetype and then counter that one. But with the Goblin Drill, you're just targeting one specific archetype.
But
and
what
saying,
about the Earthquake?
I don't want to go up against this card.
I mean, the Earthquake, we haven't even seen it today. Why ban the Earthquake?
Earthquake, even though it has been nerfed in spring, before it was like pretty much the strongest spell in the game by quite a bit, and they had to take it down because it was not affected by the prior like spell nerfs to pretty much all the spells except Earthquake. And it's still a really solid choice against building cards. So maybe he really has his
It's usually played with Hog Rider. Maybe he wants to make sure he's not facing Hog Rider.
Yeah.
That's
or he just has a very building-oriented
It's
card.
again
maybe.
a strong card, Hog Rider.
Yeah. I mean, Toy Boy is a guy, we see him oftentimes bringing these spammy kind of archetypes. I mean, and if he runs, for example, Goblin Hut or Barb Hut or even the Furnace, you just don't want that Earthquake.
So we're going to the match. First time we see Baumbert here in the match. And of course we know Toy Boy already. Beautiful shirt there in orange by Toy Boy.
I'm a little sad. He's using green screen now, so we can't see his beautifully decorated room anymore.
Yeah. That's okay though.
Baumbert
He's
seems
playing
quite
Mortar.
Stoic. Oh, that is. Oh no, it's actually Baumbert that's bringing the mortar. But see, in this case, he's like abusing the ban that Toy Boy had.
I love the picture that Baumbert is using with that.
See, this is why he banned the Earthquake, because he's running Furnace plus Goblin Hut. That's actually an archetype that I've also been playing quite a bit.
The cannon card is a really good counter here against the mortar.
Yeah.
And that's gonna be really rough for Baumbert. Did he just say good game already? I feel like I was not sure. It was very quick for a moment there on the screen.
I'm curious whether Toy Boy is running like the heavy version, also running
Order.
the Electro Giant or the Mega Knight even here with those double building or double spawners, or whether he's running like the faster version. Oftentimes it's a Mother Witch, for example, in there. So, yeah, there we see the flying machine. He also does a great job here, and yeah, that that earthquake ban just makes so much sense. I can tell you from experience, it is super annoying if you're playing double spawner and you have to go up against this, and it is actually the version here
The Witch.
with the Mother Witch.
Your favorite Mother Witch.
But against the Knight.
I love the furnace. The
chance.
furnace is such a beautiful card. Just chipping away the tower, and you cannot ignore it. But that's basically what he's doing here at the moment. It's gonna
Actually,
chip.
This
chippity chip.
archetype here with double spawner, it was one of the ones we alluded to back last season when we talked about changes to Fire Spirit, because it was a strong archetype before the buffs to the Fire Spirit, and now of course it is even better.
Wouldn't you also love to see a spawner deck, a pure spawner deck?
Oh!
Try to cheese the opponent with a pure spawner
Look
deck.
at this though.
Like in the
Firecracker
good old times.
is doing her best Neo cosplay, avoiding.
Look at the cannon card.
That fireball.
It was almost connected. It was connected, but then pushed away. Yeah, nice lead here for Toy Boy.
Yeah, there's so much chip
I
coming
mean, it's
in.
the first time for Baumbert here on the big stage, kind of.
Yeah, and that's a great thing here with this spawner deck. The longer the match goes on, the better it becomes, because you're not the times you're vulnerable to a potential counter attack from your opponent becomes shorter.
Yeah, it's just chipping away that top left tower.
Because you constantly have these buildings up. And now another
Next Fire Spirit.
great counter here against. He just tries and tries and tries. Baumbert throwing out those fireballs here. But those spawners, they won't stop anytime soon.
Oh,
More Fire Spirits
It's quite
on the
annoying
right
to play
and the
against
left.
those spawners, actually.
It is. I could. It's like if you had someone sitting over your head and like constantly poking you on the forehead.
But still, I mean, Baumbert is doing the best of it. Like, he did a lot of damage on that bottom right tower there.
Yeah, definitely did. And like just due to the fact that
With the fireball.
Baumbert has quite a low curve here, he actually can manage to
Look at the mortar.
to adequately defend this.
Oh, the flying
But
machine.
look at this, he might break through here. That's one hit there with that barbarian. I think that's 2 fireballs here that are required on the right.
Yeah,
it's
Baumbert
actually
is
3.
trying to fireball that tower. If he could just get one connect of the mortar to the tower. But
They need to
that's
actually
not gonna
needs
happen.
3 more fireballs on the left. Or
And
never
another-
mind, that's 1 more.
Another Fire
See,
Spirit.
That makes it so
Look at the
frustrating
little
here.
Fire Spirit.
He tried to defend
Yeah.
it there, but at this point he knew he lost. This one, Toy Boy taking it to a 1-0 here to start out this matchup. Baumbert having quite a tough time here against these
Yeah.
double spawners.
Toy
And,
Boy just kept his calm here, and I think from very early on, Baumbert knew that it's gonna be really hard to try to win with that spawner. And I feel like, I'm not 100% sure, but at the start of the match he even already gave a good game.
Yeah.
But then he tried with the fireballs, but
That's the thing with this archetype. If you have a ban, because oftentimes it's just, does my opponent have an earthquake, or B has such an aggressive deck that he can just overrun me while I try to set up those buildings. But once you set up a furnace, for example, and manage to defend, you're good to go. You get so much value out of those buildings that your opponent can't really do much against it.
I think it's very interesting to see spawners, and I'm looking forward to this season if we're gonna see a little bit more of those kind of spawner decks.
I can definitely see that.
They are strong.
Yeah.
And we haven't... I mean, it's more interesting to watch than all those minor decks.
True that. I mean, but it's good that you mention it. Like the miner, of course, is also a good answer to spawners potentially. And I mean, we saw him there. You can take out the goblin hut with just a miner and then a log, for example, to take out not only the hut but also the goblins with it.
I mean, the biggest problem would be poison in the deck. I think he didn't have a poison Baumberg.
No.
Because that would really help against all those spawners.
I mean, the fireball isn't per se bad, but just with like the frequency that Toy Boy managed to put out these spawners, it was just overwhelming in the end.
The Healy.
This time, completely different approach.
And this time a beautiful counter here on the right
this
side.
Is harsh though.
But getting fireballed. But the idea was brilliant. Trying to counter with the Royal Hawks here in the other lane. That's what you have to do. But it didn't work. He also has the Hunter, which is quite a good counter actually against those tanks.
Yeah, the Hunter, ever since his nerf, we don't see him too much anymore, to be honest. There's the Royal Delivery taking out these lava puppies, and that's not a lot of damage here that Baumberg takes on his left-hand side.
For a 7 Elixir Lava Hound, that was not a lot damage.
No, definitely not.
And there's the Balloony.
Balloon coming out here. Interesting that he placed the balloon in the middle of the arena rather than on the left, because...
But see, the thing is, he wanted to play the balloon behind the Lava Hound, but he couldn't because he had to counter those Royal Hawks.
Yeah, probably so. But I'm not sure why he did not play it like all the way on the left, because I think he could have even avoided the Goblin Cage from Baumberg. But that is actually the miner here coming down. Or Toy Boy.
I'm not so sure about that Hunter play. I feel like he should have saved the Hunter for the Lava Hound.
This time splitting the Royal Hawks here.
Bomber.
Some split bacon.
The Bomber is doing a good job though.
Yeah.
But he's missing the Hunter now.
Look at the amount of damage though that Baumberg gets in on both of these towers. And there's a great
he's
mountain
waiting for the balloon. That's what I thought. There's the balloon.
But now, can he defend?
That's going to be really strong with the balloon and no Hunter at hand at the moment.
Yeah,
and the balloon is going to connect. And a beautiful fireball as well. Going to take out the Hunter here. And the Lava Hound still on the tower.
But he does not have the fireball on defense this time around. Does have the bomber, however.
Yeah, that's tower. First one.
Yeah. The Bacons, they do go down in the end.
I love how Bombert here countered the Lava Hawk with the Royal Hawks. That was a really nice play.
Yeah, absolutely so.
There's the next Lava Hound.
Whenever he can.
See the Royal Hawks. Whenever he plays Hound, there's the Royal Hawks. That's really very aggressively countered.
Oh, but look at this. 20 seconds remaining here and just 380.
Yeah, he needs to connect.
380 HP to work with.
He needs that balloon on the tower.
Does he get the connection? He does get the death damage. That will not be enough anymore. That's a nerfed. That's a nerfed balloon these days, and 245 HP remain on that tower, and this means Baumberg does even out the score here to a 1-1.
He gets his first point in this season.
Yeah, true that.
First game in this season.
Ever. Like...
That will give him a little bit of confidence. We go into a replay here. Look at that beautiful Lava Hound immediately countered with the Royal Hawks. Not enough defense there. And nicely taken down, that Lava Hound.
Also, like, I mean, you could really be arguing that, okay, with those fireballs, he really does counter the Royal Hawks. But as long as he plays the Heal Spirit a little behind and just one or sometimes two of those piggies stay alive, he actually gets quite a bit of damage in, because they are actually quite tanky. A bit of tough bacon there.
I feel like this Lava Hound Balloon combo doesn't work so well because it's quite expensive. And that's why we often see Miner with Balloon or something like that, or as we seen before, the clone with the Lava Hound, because that will make it stronger. But to really have that classic style Lava Hound balloon behind, that's kind of hard to pull, really.
Yeah,
because
and
it is expensive.
It has its clear. I mean, it was kind of a lucky coincidence here for Baumberg as well that he had the Hunter
And the Hawks.
that just does so well against it. And I mean also the Hawks. I mean the Hawks, they were well countered here, but I think Toyboy would have done better if he just played it a little more reactively rather than going all out immediately, because you could already see at the in the beginning, and then when he went for that play with like the Inferno Dragon plus the balloon in the middle of the arena that didn't really accomplish much, then he was really punished, because both towers going down to around 800 and something HP, that's just detrimental to the rest of the game because you're lagging behind so much in terms of tempo.
And with those wise words, we go into the next match.
Yeah, some kisses.
Let's see what Toyboy has prepared here for Baumberg.
By the way, looking at the tower skins here, both of those are running. I really love the change that they introduced, that you can like randomize tower skins that you're running. Probably one of my favorite changes ever to Clash Royale. As there's a Valkyrie on the side of Toyboy. Toyboy, he never fails to bring something that we don't see that often.
And the Valkyrie is of course a strong card.
Yeah, this time Baumberg, he did learn his lesson and does bring the poison here to the match.
Do you think it's the hot spam deck again? Yeah, it is.
You answer your own question,
It is.
I guess.
It's the miner.
Miner chipping away here. The Mega Minion has to fly a bit back in order to actually
A little
take him
problem with the prediction there. The Mega Minion actually had to fly for a second to start hitting the miner.
Oh, look at this. This is significant. I did not know that one Fire Spirit does not take off the Dark Prince's shield right away. That's an important interaction.
But he has Tesla. That's of course a great counter here against that single Fire Spirit.
Just takes it out right away.
Do you also hear that sound of the other Fire Spirit? It says, "It's so lonely without me." And it just feels wrong that there is only one.
Yeah, I mean they are an endangered species after all. The log there does not connect to the tower for the chip, but he does take out the push here.
I feel like I played this game too much. Now, when I see just one Fire Spirit, it feels like there's missing something.
Yeah. Okay, there's the Rocketeer once again. Now we're getting a lot of damage in there. Ooh, that bar barrel does miss one of the goblins. And he does have to pay with a bit of damage there. And there's another miner. See, I love this. Baumberg coming in, he knew, okay, getting taken off guard in the first match.
But now his poison got baited with the building, and he cannot defend that graveyard that well.
Yeah, but nevertheless, he does have Dark Prince there to defend.
But I feel like
Tesla
Baumberg
also
adapted
helping.
really well by bringing that poison.
Yeah, plus the miner as well. You can just bypass these buildings and are not playing into your opponent's reactive cards or your opponent's defensive spawners, as there's another poison now
I
being
feel like he
played.
listened to us and now plays poison against the
It's
building.
interesting though that he plays it on the left. Maybe he just wants to make sure that he does not get caught off guard.
And defending the graveyard with the goblins, that works quite well as long as there's no poison.
Also good absorption.
Fireball
Great
is always a
defense by
little
Baumberg.
bit late, of course. It's gonna make damage. There's a
Okay,
rocket.
there's the rocket. And that's gonna be game here for Baumberg with the Rocketeer once again. Fantastic defense.
Yeah, Baumberg stopped the cheese here that Toyboy tried. He tried to pull off the same game as in the first match.
This time,
and
Baumberg is-
Baumberg, he kind of expected it and brought the counter to that one.
Yeah.
Or it was just very lucky that he got that poison in it.
And I mean also those
I mean,
those
it's
miners
psychologically
over and
interesting.
over.
He lost against that deck, and maybe that's why he thought that Toyboy is going to bring the same again.
Yeah. And I'm quite excited here. I mean, Adipa already did quite well. Took it all the way to a fifth game, actually. And now Baumberg is even in the lead against Toyboy here, so I just love that we see our two newest contestants bringing us such entertaining matches here.
Almost psychic how he predicted that deck there.
Yeah,
let's see if the tree actually has psychic skills to predict the decks of the opponents. It looks like.
So it's like Baumbert is Baumbert and Toyboy is Saruman, right? Can we
maybe
do it this way?
Maybe, or
only
Toyboy maybe also one of the hobbits.
You think so?
I don't know.
Have you seen his feet?
Maybe he owns the ring to power.
Okay, but then he shouldn't lose. And right now he's behind.
He cannot wear the ring. He's just carrying it.
Not fair.
That's a problem.
But where is he carrying it?
I mean, by the way, I'm not a big fan of that series, and that's probably also the reason.
Of Lord of the Rings.
No,
I'm not going to talk to you.
But let me ask that question here. If that ring makes you so powerful,
yes,
why is nobody that actually wears the ring powerful?
I mean, Sauron is.
But he doesn't get the ring.
Yeah, that's the whole point of the movie.
Everybody that gets the ring...
He tries to get the ring.
Everybody that gets the ring gets destroyed and weak. So it's not really giving that much power.
By because in order to use the power of the ring...
But nobody is able to use it.
You have to be strong enough to yield it.
Nobody ever was able to get power from it.
Yeah, because it is Sauron's ring. He made the ring. And he's like, it is made for him and for him.
I mean, like Gollum, he's weak.
He's not weak.
The ring didn't do him any good.
I mean, it made him like he can die. Made him undying, I guess. But it also corrupted him.
Yeah. So, I mean, if the ring is that powerful, just wear it and rule.
Yeah, but that's not that easy.
That's why it doesn't make sense. Oh, that looks weird.
I hope you didn't.
But the game actually continues.
We're continuing. Okay, we're back in the game.
There's the Giant Sparky. Why does he play Giant Sparky and not Goblin Giant Sparky? Which one do you prefer?
I like Goblin Giant more. A lot more, actually. And the mortar, you're getting quite a bit of chip, and that Giant will just be taken down here by Baumbert. As there's the mini P.E.K.K.A now coming in, defending. Gets the King Tower activation as well.
Well, the unstoppable mini P.E.K.K.A.
Oh, he even has to invest the tornado there in order to avoid being hit by that mini P.E.K.K.A. And you really don't want to hit him to hit that tower.
Yeah, it's the little guys that are dangerous.
Yeah,
like
I'm still. Even without the ring. Imagine me with the ring.
Yeah, but I mean, the hobbits are about your size, aren't they?
Okay.
And they're dangerous.
Our audience hasn't seen this, but just before the show, Chief told me that he's gonna be nice to me this
I'm
season.
still nice, come on.
You called me a hobbit!
No, I said you're the size of a hobbit.
That's about the same.
No, it's not.
It's worse.
It's worse
because
to be a
you're
hobbit.
saying me I'm the size of a hobbit, but I'm not as nice as a hobbit, you know?
You're not. Oh. Well.
Or you're implying that.
Well.
Meanwhile, the mortar is chipping away.
Just
at
a friendly
the tower here.
Just a friendly joke, because no joke shall ever be wasted on friendship.
True that. I can agree. Oh, that's a fantastic tornado here. Pulling the giant here to the right-hand side and making the mortar connect to the left here. As there is another law coming down here.
Two mortars.
Two mortars.
Baumbert here, really strong start in the league.
Reception here. I'm still processing yet that you somehow do not like Lord of the Rings.
No, I don't.
That's a disgrace. And I want to apologize to our beloved viewers that you had to hear this. There's another.
There's probably a
another
few
graveyard
viewers
coming
that
out.
don't even like that movie.
That movie.
That
There
movie.
are 3.
Those movies.
And you could potentially count the Hobbit series as well, even though not as good, of course. That's the main.
But there's many logical flaws in the movies. That's what I'm saying. But of course, for a believer like yourself, that doesn't matter.
Where are logic in? Where is their flawed logic? There's another fireball here coming out from Baumberg. Great defense here on the left.
There's many places with flawed logic, but we're not gonna spoil it here for everyone.
Oh, great tornado here once again. That mortar does connect and the
Beautiful.
fireball sealing the deal. Baumberg taking it with a 3-1 here. Saruman, aka Toy Boy, falling and has to give up.
And
his
that's
castle.
Baumbert's first match here. Is
Yeah.
standing strong like a tree, taking his very first match in the
And
league.
those tornadoes, I mean, that's something to really behold and appreciate here. Just
A really
playing
great
to the
start.
strength
Here's that
of his
playback.
deck.
Saruman
Bit of
on the
a
bottom,
replay.
trying with the Sparky and
Yeah. His pesky Urukais.
The Urukai, genau, that's the word. Genau. That's the word I was looking for. The Urukais, exactly.
And also how he splits up the defense here, playing the Spear Goblins all the way in the corner, and then that tornado here, ruining the hopes and dreams of Toy Boy here. And he knows, gives the thumbs up to the camera there. And I mean, we know him. He's a very sportsmanship like player, and knows when he's been outplayed here. And Baumberg taking his first ever match in the Swisscom Hero League Division 1 here with a 3-1. That's quite something.
That's quite a start here for a newcomer in the league. And showing his there, because Toy Boy is a strong player. We've seen him in the previous season where he had some really tough matches and proven himself there.
Yeah.
Now this strong start here from Baumberg, I can't even imagine what we're gonna see from Baumberg.
Let's not forget, Toy Boy was the one who eliminated Senpyrect last season.
Yeah.
He threw him out of the tournament after Senpyrect won it back to back to back to back. He was out by the hands of Toy Boy.
Yes, and also you're right, before the cast I promised to be really, really, really nice this season. But yeah, of course I cannot waste a joke.
That's okay. I mean, the joke one, I get that you claim the Lord of the Rings trilogy to have flaws in its logic. That I cannot tolerate. I'm very sorry.
It's just the truth.
It's not.
But of course a fanboy will not see it.
We'll discuss more on this in the break here coming up.
So if I disappear after the break, he's guilty.
Yeah. Or you're wearing the ring.
I did not do it myself.
Or you're wearing
he's
the ring.
One. If I disappear,
you could just be invisible, you know.
If I disappear, it's his fault.
Yeah, maybe I put him to the Shadow Realms, but we'll see. Nevertheless,
but yeah, as you heard,
Baumberg will have another match here coming up, and we're certainly excited to see him back against Dutchim.
Another legend
here who had a flawless season last season. No, the season before.
Yes, he did. No, that was actually Jesus.
No, it was in season 4. Dutchim had a
It's been too many
season.
seasons.
Yeah, all the seasons. We don't even remember anymore.
But I think it was no, the season before. Season 4. He had a flawless season, but still didn't win.
Yeah, made it all the way to the finals and still didn't win.
Yeah.
But now he's back, and I'm quite curious whether he's new and improved, and he fixed his mantle, and he's here to take it all once and for all, or he will maybe fall also to the hands of Baumberg. But that one will have to wait until after a break. Get yourself something to hydrate, something to snack on, and we'll see you guys in a couple of minutes.
We can stay
Chasing love in an empty bar. Pour a drink till I make it past. The midnight hour seems to come and go, but I know. Walk
Get your merch at shop.eslgaming.com.
Good evening and welcome back here once again, ladies through gentlemen. Unfortunately, we had to tie up and remove my dear co-caster here.
Not that easy. Not that easy. I'm back.
Production agreed that
Little Hobbit is not gonna remove me that easily from the stream.
No. That's we're not gonna keep that.
Even though I don't have the ring.
Yeah, true.
So we never know who has the ring. But he tried to remove me actually in the break, but I had to resist.
Understandably so. We cannot have people here.
He made me an offer I had not to accept. Little Hobbit.
Yeah.
I like that name somehow, but yeah. As I promised not.
Look what it says on.
As I promised.
Have you read? Look what
yeah, fine. As I promised to be really, really, really nice.
Yes.
Not only really nice, but really, really, really nice. Everybody's gonna forget about the Hobbit joke from now on. And also we're gonna forget that you actually tried to get rid of me in this stream here.
I mean, probably our viewers can relate, so...
I think not.
I think it's okay. We can settle this in a trial by combat, I think.
Yeah, but I will own the ring with the power.
There we go. We have the bands here coming in for the match to come between Dutchim and Baumbert. It is going to be once again the Earthquake here being banned.
We could make a boxing match, by the way.
Yeah, there you also have the ring.
Yeah.
Yeah. But who will control that one?
I will control the ring.
Okay.
And
you're about half my size, though.
What?
Not in
you
terms
mean
of length.
half your weight.
Yeah.
But
in girth.
Come on, you just force me to say it again. The little hobbit. You're double my weight, but half my size.
Yeah, see? I can just roll over you and then sit on top of you.
No, please don't roll over me. I mean, I will never get that picture out of my head now. Please stop. Please stop. Stop it.
Okay, I suggest we do a 1v1 to pronounce Dutchim's name properly.
Yeah, I don't remember. That's him?
Dutchim.
Dutchim? That's him.
That's him. Is it him? Yeah, we're ready.
Yeah, but I mean, again, I want it to be really, really nice, but you just keep pushing that story on me that I have to say it again and again.
Okay,
so I will just not mention you again. I will just say the person.
Everyone is free to live in their own realities.
I will just say the person half my size, double my weight, and nobody will ever know who is meant by that.
What would be my hobbit name, though? What would you call me?
Don Rigobit.
Okay, that's terrible.
Or Dobbit.
No. That's a D- for creativity, right?
Dobbit
there.
actually
I'm
reminds me of the Harry Potter.
Yeah, true.
Dobbit.
But then you can give me a sock at the end of the season.
Really? You want the sock?
When I'm free.
You're putting all those pictures in my head. Okay, I will give you...
Oh, look at this. Dutchim looks quite different. He ditched the blonde hair and added the beard.
Wow, but he looks really cool, actually.
It's very mature.
Wow. Yeah, but please now take your eyes off Dutchim and focus on the game.
Yeah. Baumbert still looks the same. And he also banned out the Royal Giant.
Baumbert is a little bit, I don't know, he has that smirky grin on his face.
Look at this though. Once again, the earthquake ban just indicates the double spawner deck here, by the looks of it.
Dutchim, of course, is a very experienced player, and I'm curious if it's gonna make it more difficult for Baumbert here.
Yeah, but Baumbert, he's already been through this. He knows what to do. He does have the miner, he does have the poison, and he's ready to go up against these spawners. But is he ready to face the E-Giant here on top of it all? As there's the flying machine.
Beautiful.
Shooting away at the Tesla here. Plus the Mother Witch. This is the heavier version of said double spawner
Flying
deck.
machine does connect, and yeah, that little guy is doing loads of damage when it connects.
Quite a bit of
Good
HP
push here for
taken out.
Dutchim.
1887 HP remaining on the left hand side.
I feel like Dutchim has Dutchim has a new style every season.
Yeah, I mean, like new season, new me.
Ah, you too.
Yeah, true. I mean, I cut off my hair, so
yeah,
just for this.
Yeah, you changed a bit. Yeah, not in size though. Even though the hair is shorter.
Yeah, I'm just gonna wear high heels now.
No, high hair.
No, high heels.
No, it's really not nice.
High heels?
No, making jokes about size.
Yeah.
But it's just, I mean...
I have no issues.
I can't help it. I mean, you're pushing me to do it. I can't waste...
I feel like jokes are mean if you know the person has issues with it, but if you know it,
I just can't waste a good joke.
Yeah. Like if it would really bother me, I would tell you.
That's nice. That's always good. And of course, we recommend that to everyone. If you feel bothered by somebody's jokes, tell them.
Speak out about it.
Yes.
Lessons about life to be learned.
Because we know each other for 3 years, and so we're fine with some jokes. As long as he doesn't speak about age.
See, you're pushing me, man. Like
yeah, this time it was me pushing you.
True.
That's true.
If I mean, I know you're old. I'm just waiting for the day where you're entering the studio on a white horse with a big staff in your hand. That sounded wrong.
Yeah, I don't know about that one. That was a little bit cringe.
When you ride into the studio with the dawn of the sun.
What's his name? The Grey. grey.
Well, in the beginning, yes, and then he's the white. But looking at how pale you look, I tend to call you.
Yeah, I just got a little bit
Chief the
pale
White
by that picture.
This is actually the very, very heavy version here.
And Baumbert
being
actually
run by Dutchim.
You're taking a good lead.
Yeah, and he even takes down the tower. That's a 1-0 here for Baumbert with the last tick off that poison.
That's incredible. Baumbert having such a strong start here.
Maybe that deck was too heavy, like with the E-Giant plus the Mega Knight. I mean, it can work. Doesn't have to. In this case, it didn't. Baumbert was just able to outvalue him, especially with that poison, taking down all these troops very, very efficiently.
I feel like one day somebody should make a mean joke edition from all our 6 seasons and take out all those mean jokes we delivered to each other. That would be a really good video, actually.
I agree. Like
a mean joke edition. I mean, that's even a good name.
Hero League bullying compilation.
Hero League mean joke edition.
Oh, look at this. Talk about bullying. That rocket, that really hurt.
And then we make the bad joke edition with, you remember the death of the ice golem?
Oh no.
It's a cold case.
Please no.
Yeah. I remember that evening. That was great.
You know, Chief, if you were a potato, you'd be a sweet potato.
Oh, that's nice.
See?
That's really nice. Wow. Oh, I'm blushing a little bit here. How sweet! Well,
very sweet.
You can be really sweet if you want to.
See? I rarely want to, but sometimes I do.
Yeah. Nice. So
he's completely flabbergasted.
Yeah. So finally, we're gonna start about the games again.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. So
I'm really surprised by Baumbert. Such a strong. Start.
I wasn't really sure. I mean, the double spawner deck was quite indicated by that earthquake ban, and I wasn't really sure about it because Baumbert just played against that for Toy Boy, and he realized that okay, he kind of maybe got the gist of it, or like he probably saw that he beat him, and he still opted to go for the double spawner, which is of course.
Let's see if he can pull it off again in game number 2.
Yeah.
I just have to say I love the image we see here of Baumbert with that grin. I mean, that just fits.
White
somehow.
smirk.
A white smirk, saying, "Yeah, you guys don't know what you're getting."
There is the bomber that gets frozen. That's also a cold case.
Now Dutchim is going to be more careful probably in this match.
I feel like Dutchim is just bringing the E-Giant deck here. Like another E-Giant deck, but the more classical E-Giant deck.
Yeah, he's got style. That's why he plays classics.
Which is I don't think everybody in the Clash Royale community would agree that that E-Giant deck is an indication of style, I guess. But I mean, we dab on the haters, therefore.
Actually, I don't even like
do not
it.
Mind. I like it a lot.
E-Giant. Oh, Expo.
Actually,
Interesting.
Expo here. As those guards just get annihilated by the E-Giant. And so does the Expo. Oh my gosh. It doesn't stand a chance.
Good game, he says,
Bloody hell.
Baumbert.
There is the bomber just whacking away at that tower, doing quite a bit of damage here. Another bomb being thrown out. And that is actually my favorite.
He's gonna have a rough time here trying to stop that Electro Giant.
Yeah. I think with Expo you're quite at a disadvantage into the E-Giant here, because he barely has any responses. I mean, what can attack it? He has the Mega Minion, he has the Hunter, and he has the Guards, and all of those die quite fast.
Oh, lightning.
That's a great lightning there, actually. Great prediction coming out from Dutchim. It's like, okay, the games are over. We're here to win now.
There's the Goblin.
Goblin Brawler doing so much damage.
224.
Oh, Dutchim now. He's even like, okay, I might as well go for the left side here.
Yeah, this is quite a punishment here by Dutchim.
Because he can just take down the right side tower here with a lightning essentially. Does play another Inferno back there. There is yet another Dark Prince. I think Dark Prince by far the card we've seen the most tonight.
There's the Expo.
That Dark Prince tanking quite a bit there for.
Yeah, but also the Electro Giant taking out
the
Expo
Brawler there,
quickly.
knocking out the right hand side. And Baumbert knows, okay, there's not really much he can do.
Yeah, the Hobbit Brawler is unstoppable.
The what?
The Hobbit Brawler. It looks like a Hobbit, doesn't it?
A bit of a skinny Hobbit.
I see Hobbits everywhere now.
Yeah, it's weird.
They're everywhere.
How come?
How come?
Bit of a skinny Hobbit. I mean,
Yeah,
the Hobbit.
skinny legs.
Yeah, I mean, if the Hobbit would die, he'd probably look like.
I mean,
like the skeleton.
I feel like he always misses leg day. That may be his problem.
But he does like the skeleton. I mean, the skeleton. He does actually, the bomber rather. He does actually have quite big feet. So it could be.
It could be a
Hobbit
dead Hobbit.
skeleton.
Yeah, just a dead Hobbit.
I mean, it's just
beautiful replay here. What do we see? We see how easily Giant, Electro Giant, takes out
how
that
little
Expo.
of a chance an Expo has to an E-Giant.
It's crazy.
Yeah, touch him here. He
And
knows.
Now touch him. He knows.
He got
He's
his
the man. He knows.
He got his revenge for that first game.
Yeah, look at him. Very confident touch him. He the man. He knows. 1-1.
He got it. He got it. It's 1-1 right now. Question is, can Dutchim keep up this dominant performance? Because he only lost like 244 damage on each of his towers. Not more.
To be fair, we have to say this was Roxas paper once again in play here. There was not much that Baumbert could do, basically.
Fair point. Fair point. I mean, it is the E-Giant deck, of course, one that is super strong in the current meta game. Let's not kid ourselves.
Yeah.
It is very dominant on ladder as well as in
I don't like him.
grand challenges.
I don't like to play against E-Giant. It's
I like
the worst.
to play as.
It's the worst. Yeah, I understand that you
If
like
you,
to
if you
play
can,
as
if
a
you
giant.
can beat them, join.
I understand. You like to play giant. That's obvious. We're not gonna explain why, but it's. I mean, just rewind for 30 minutes and you will see why you like to play giant.
Actually, gotta say, I completely missed this firecracker emote. It looks so cute with the
Don't
heart.
speak of crackers. That makes me hungry.
You remember to eat.
Yeah, Inferno Dragon taking out the Knight.
Yeah, good tornado actually here. To take out most of that counter push here.
Oh.
And the
The
Valkyrie
Valk.
there eliminates those spear goblins, but no damage taken on the side of Baumbert yet. On the other side of the arena though. Touch him.
Oh,
suffered
again,
the
mortar.
Valks.
It's interesting.
300 damage already. Ooh. Okay. Trying
The
to
bowler.
trust the bowler. I think for quite a while I haven't seen anyone else besides Dutchim seeking to play the bowler, and there's a great King Tower activation.
It's
Pulling.
interesting that Baumbert relies on siege decks so much here. With the
Yeah.
Expo and now the Mortar, that's quite uncommon. And he didn't do so in the previous match.
I mean, seems to like it. And he does quite well on it. After that.
Probably Dutchim also playing some graveyard here, could be.
Yeah, by the looks of it.
Good
Yeah.
old splash yard
Okay,
maybe.
yeah. Mortar there connecting onto the
Be
tower.
interesting
Only
to
gets
see.
one shot off though.
Yeah, only
Now
one
that
shell
Inferno
hitting.
Dragon does get absorbed though by the knight.
Yeah, it's taken
And
down
taken
here
back.
from the princess.
Well, not quite, but he will be taken out. Now, one more shot.
Yeah,
As
she's
there's
not
not-
afraid.
Not afraid.
She's not afraid.
there it
there you
is.
go. And
Yeah,
the
but he does
poison.
have the poison there.
Yeah, but look at the
And
bowler.
activate the King Tower. And the bowler's just whacking away at the mortar.
Nice
Great defense
distraction
here by
here.
Baumbert. I think he actually has the matchup advantage here by the looks of it.
Another one.
Another
and
bowler.
another one.
More bowlers.
More bowlers.
More trios. There's another mortar on the left.
Mortar.
But he does.
Mortar, baby.
Does put down the Valkyrie in time to absorb
Oh, now I
the shots.
remember. Last season we always said mortar, mortar.
And I hope, and here I was hoping you forgot.
No.
Hashtag never forget.
That's another organization.
What?
Yeah. I'll tell you in the break.
Okay. Look at these firecrackers. They're getting so much
There's the
value and
mortar
so much chip
again.
damage over and
I like
over
how
and
Baumbert,
over.
he plays that very aggressive with the mortar. Once again, places it on the bridge.
Yeah, and
but
still no King Tower activation actually on the side of Dutch. If I'm not mistaken.
Nice.
Look at the firecracker. It gets so much value in there.
Crackers have a lot of value.
That's an aggressive poison now. So potential opportunity here for Dutchin to use his graveyard.
The funny thing in this matchup is that Dutchin does have the counters against the mortar, but still is behind.
Yeah, I mean, what would you consider a counter here?
Bowler, for example.
Yeah, but it costs 1 elixir more.
Yeah, and it was too late. It was just too late.
Yes, it was too late. Gets the shot on. There's a log to boot.
That's tower.
And that's tower down. Baumbert pulling ahead with a 2-1.
Wow, that's unexpected. Actually, pulling that off here with the mortar.
See, and that's why it doesn't counter the mortar.
It would. It was just placed
if you're
too
at
late.
even elixir, yeah, but
I mean,
since it's more expensive, you can play it later. If both are at 0,
you have to play the bowler early enough so that the mortar locks on the bowler.
But then
the
essentially
tower.
you always have to reserve 1 elixir in order to play it.
Yes.
And
you
over
have
the
to.
course of the match,
That is true.
You tend
But he
to
also
lose
has
track.
Valkyrie, which would also be enough to actually distract that mortar. I mean, this here, this must not happen. The mortar connects to the tower, even though he's got a tank.
Yeah. Fair point, fair point. Well played though by Baumbert. Putting on the pressure, defending super well against these graveyards, even without the poison. And also identifying his window of opportunity when he's like, okay, right now I have to expend the poison on offense if I want to wear down that tower. Because the thing is, of course, with the graveyard archetype, the longer the match goes on, and especially in triple elixir time, it becomes super hard to defend.
And just like that, Baumbert has a match point against Dutchin.
Second match point, actually.
It's his first match day, and he has 1 win and now a match point against Dutchin. That is really a great start.
What a story. I low-key hope for Baumbert here to take it. I mean, 2-3-1s on his first
got the
match
chance
day.
now.
For season 6.
We're in the next match. We can't see it yet. You can't see it yet, but we can.
Oh yeah, we can.
It just started.
There we go.
There's the miner.
There. Throw some paint on the screen and transition over to us. I like that new transition, by the way.
I like the overlay anyways. It looks very cool and professional.
It is very nice.
And also our new background. Really some nice colors.
No, you cannot.
Yes, we can. There comes the baby dragon.
And there comes
the
the
beautiful
lightning.
Miners on the tower.
Well played, they're coming out from Baumbert.
And the Sappy with the E-Wiz.
2 remaining on that left-hand side here.
This is Baumbert's chance for a crazy start of the season.
It's super interesting, like both Adipa and Baumbert here, both really sticking to those aggressive kind of low elixir cost cycle decks. It really seems to
I feel like Baumbert is playing Mortar or Expo again.
Yeah, I can see that. It's probably another Mortar, I guess.
Ram Rider, that's a nice one.
But I mean, he does have the Tesla here. Plays it high this time in order to avoid the lightning. Great adaptation here coming out from Baumbert.
And there's the baby dragon. It's distracted by the Dark Prince. He's not afraid of dragons.
Nope, he just slays them. Well, no, fine, since he cannot fly. Imagine the Dark Prince actually had a flying version. That would be so OP.
That's actually also a logical flaw in the game, because the knights are supposed to fight the dragons.
Well, if the dragons can fly, then the knights cannot. They can,
Rocket.
I guess.
What do you think about that play of the Rocket against the P.E.K.K.A.?
I mean, they have already hit double elixir time. He can cycle back quite quickly, and he does take out a significant chunk out of P.E.K.K.A. here. And another rocket there coming out to
that
take out
was a
entirety of that
great
push.
value for that rocket.
Talking about Lord of the Rings, they had to go to the Shadow Realms here. And there's another Dark Prince now coming down.
And I see absolutely no hobbits. None. No hobbits here. No.
Yeah.
There's just no hobbit
I
around.
also don't see an old wizard.
Yeah, nowhere. Beautiful bandit.
Dark Prince here once again, doing a
And
great job of
arrows.
defense.
This is super close.
Look
here.
at this, it's 20 damage difference. But of course, dodge him in the long run, he kind of has the advantage here, because he has those lightnings. But of course, with a nicely played miner, plus the log, plus the poison,
I'm actually
that's a
not
lot
sure,
of damage.
because poison, log and rocket, that can do a lot of damage.
Yeah, true that. And there's another lightning though, and that takes quite a big chunk, making you eat your
There's the
words.
miner. He's
Another
got so
miner,
much
another
remote
log.
damage, but that baby dragon, take
Yeah.
care, my friend.
There's
Dark
the
Prince.
oopsie.
Oopsie.
He knows he's then to
there's
one
the
more. He
oopsie.
wants to absorb it, does not quite manage. Another lightning will seal the deal here.
Just a little oopsie. The miner's
Can he
on
get
the
it?
tower.
There
Log.
it is.
He's waiting
Maybe.
for the lightning.
There it
is. Wow.
The tease was real. Dodging, evening out the score here. Once again, it's 2-2 right now.
Just a little oopsie happened there where he placed Dark Prince just a millisecond too late and Baby Dragon connects.
And you could also see him though. He tried to adapt. He was playing the skeletons in order to potentially absorb, because that's like the last nail in the coffin. If you
It's
manage
the little
to absorb,
things that changed the
a
game.
lightning,
Look at that beautiful rocket.
Yeah,
that was so much value.
That was so awesome. If you manage to absorb a lightning
there.
with skeletons,
just a little bit too late.
See,
that
there
Dark
he plays
Prince.
it because he anticipates it. Then he plays the spear goblins because he anticipates the lightning, but he does not quite manage.
Minor log, and then he just waits for those 6 elixirs.
Good patience there for
now
Dodge
it's
him.
match point for each of them.
Yeah, absolutely.
Dodge him is coming back.
Dodge him, I want to stress this. He had to be patient there. He knew, okay, I have to wait for the skeletons and the spear goblins to be out of cycle before I can safely play the lightning. Because if you commit the lightning and in that very moment your opponent plays these troops, they will be absorbed, because the lightning targets it targets the targets that have have percentually the highest HP remaining.
He's shown some nerfs of steel here by actually waiting, and I mean, it was close.
We're already in match point here, with game number 5 here between Dodgem and Baumbert. And once again here, Baumbert, he seems to be sticking to what works. Ooh, unlucky there that Dark Prince actually gets pulled over by these spear goblins, and they do fall to his
Goblin
mace.
Brawler here in the center. We've seen Dark Prince basically in every match, didn't we?
Yeah. The Dark Prince's horse and the Goblin Brawler have pretty much the same hairstyle. Ooh, this time it is going to be the E-Giant deck once again here. And a lot of these Hoglins are being spawned.
Hoglings? How are you gonna defend against that E-Wizard?
I am not sure. You mean the E-Giant?
Yeah.
Well, probably with
nice
another high Tesla here.
pulling him with
But
the
the
Tesla.
question is,
But I mean,
how
that's-
does he defend against the Inferno Dragon? And he does so with a nicely played miner.
Nice bomber. I mean, the thing is, the Tesla, 2 Teslas are 8 elixir. So
Yeah.
if you can distract him with 2 Teslas, that's gonna be good.
Yeah, I mean, he did quite well there in terms of defense. The damage lead is in favor of Dutchim so far by 200 damage here on the left-hand side. But overall, it is still quite the neck-on-neck race between those 2 players. And Dutchim here just, sticking to that E-Giant deck, you can
But he
really-
switched
you can
lanes.
barely go wrong.
Switch lanes this time, trying to confuse Baumbird.
Maybe. Like, let me show you a
There's
magic.
the first Tesla.
And
And
another
the lightning,
here.
that one's nice.
Great value coming
Needs
out
to
from that
cycle
one.
to the next Tesla.
Yeah.
Oh, a tornado.
There on top of it all.
Quite aggressive, but still didn't make it to the tower.
Another miner here to chip away at that right-hand tower. I mean, this is super hard matchup here to properly play for Baumbird, especially as we have now already entered double elixir time, and the longer the game goes on, it'll just be super, super tough to defend. But he does have the Rocketeer once again for defense. And actually, without any damage taken, oh, the bomber there
Bomber.
splashing onto the
He's
tower.
got a long reach, that bomber.
Sniper.
It's a sniper bomber.
Does have the poison here as well.
And the little hawk hit.
To chip away and also stymie that push. And he actually has the damage
Wow.
advantage now, Baumbird that is.
He's having the lightning ready.
He does have to defend once again here.
And the bomber. There's the lightning, I knew it.
Yeah.
Again
there's
with the rocket, but the bomber gonna get locked.
Everything taken out here and back to damage lead is back to Dutchim actually.
It's great defensive play by Baumbird. We have to give him
by
that.
both of them actually. They're just doing their best. The Hoglin does connect there for 1 hit, for 2 hits, 1224 HP remaining there. Great poison here onto all of these troops. And the log there to help it all out. As there's another Dark Prince now in there.
Tesla again.
Oh, but look, the bomber does stay alive. Great
Oh.
placement of the Tesla though, playing it high so does not get any damage onto
And
it.
this
But
time
now
the
there's good game.
E-Giant
The
on
E-Giant
the
does
tower.
connect, whacks away at it, does go down however, but that's just
220.
one more lightning. We've been here before. Everybody, and yeah, this does not look great here for Baumbird. He did well. He fought hard. But in the end, it looks like Dutchin will be superior here. 6 HP plus the tornado there. And that's going to be the 3-2. And a bit of a pop-off there coming out for Dutchim. As that was quite a sweaty game. I mean...
Yeah, however it ended here, we have to say Baumbird played this really, really strong.
Absolutely.
And it was his first match day. Then Dutchim, of course, with a little bit more experience. We've seen that clearly here. He
Yeah, and
kept
also
his
just-
cool. He came back really strong in this match.
Just with the stronger deck, kind of. I mean, this deck is like tried and trusted and proven that it's one of the strongest that we currently have in the meta, of course. And these minor control cycle decks are
And then
so
also
hard to pilot
in this match, it's just the little mistakes that make that E-Giant there go to the tower.
Yeah. Yeah, and we can see, like, up till the very end here, Dutchim is very, very focused. And also knows, like, he cannot allow himself to slip up even once. Because Baumbird is in it to win it, and in the end he does manage to take him down there.
Beautiful play by Dutchim. Again, he starts the season with a victory.
Yep.
I'm curious if it's gonna be flawless again, like in season 4.
Yep.
Season 4. Did he actually miss season 5? I'm not sure. Was he
He played,
in season
but
he
he made it into playoffs, but I think he lost in the first round.
That's a 3-2 win here for Dutchim, and that concludes all the 4 matches today already. Isn't that unbelievable? Before you leave, I know people sometimes leave when they feel like it's finished. We'll be back tomorrow already.
Yeah.
Tomorrow, same time, 8 o'clock, Central European summertime. We'll be back with 4 more matches.
Yeah. And
That
then
sounded like
the week
4
after,
more years.
for the-
4
for the-
more
for
matches
the next
tomorrow.
for the next 2 weeks as well, always on Tuesday and Wednesday. And then in our 4th week, we're on Tuesday and Friday. Friday, there we'll be already kicking off our playoffs. And then the week after, there will also be some League of Legends and more playoff action. And all the while, we also have CSGO every Tuesday and every Monday and Thursday. And yeah, we're looking forward to.
You don't want to miss our Clash Royale action, of course. And yeah, I think we're also gonna see the current standings.
Yep.
Before we
have
leave,
those
so
updated and ready for you guys.
don't
Oh, yeah.
run away too quickly. I know people tend to leave quickly once they feel the games are over, but we have some additional information
We
for
have
you.
Dutchy
Like
versus
here.
Baumbe. here.
Dutchy, Baumbe,
Yeah, we should just go. That's their nickname now, you know.
Dutchy.
And just like looking at the average card elixir here for those 2 players for this entire series, quite a significant difference. Like Dutchim, about 50% more expensive here overall. A lot less spells, a lot less buildings, but a ton of troops.
Do you know what Team No is?
No.
N-O-N, Team No. Team No against Team...
EGS.
It's supposed to mean no team. Okay, there you go. Production, thank you so much for the
So
correction
if you want
here.
to pick yourself or your organization wants to pick themselves up a Baumbird here, quite a promising young Clash Royale players, go ahead. He still is on Team Non.
And also be
so far.
precise here, it's not Team X, it's Team EGS.
Yes. Yeah, exactly. And yeah, here you can also have a look again at these 2 players' decks. If you fancy yourself one of them and want to copy it, use it for yourself. And maybe also feel free to share your results with us, either at Chief Avalon or at Don_Rigoni, or both of us. Plus also make sure to follow us on social media for ESL Swiss.
Yeah,
and
where do people
Swisscom
find
Gaming.
you on social media?
I just told you.
But where?
On
Instagram?
Instagram,
Twitch?
technically Facebook, on Twitch of course, and on Instagram and Twitter.
Nice.
Yeah.
And
And how about you? Are you still active on TikTok?
Yes, sure. A video every day on TikTok with
Damn.
great Brawl Stars plays or fails or memes.
How many followers do you have
Every
these
day.
days?
290,000. I'm not sure actually. Or 260.
Damn.
Something, I think 260. I'm not 100% sure. So I'm mainly on TikTok and YouTube. Those are my main channels. But then also on Twitter and Instagram. But they are smaller and not my focus.
All right.
Alrighty then.
All right. Before we close out the
Alright.
night, though, we want to have a look at the stats here for tonight, as we have Kefron and Solag, Dutchim and Baumbird all sharing that first place, all having a win to their name. Of course, that one exception being Baumbird, who already has a loss here too. And then Jesus, Toyboy and Adipa all had to suffer their first loss here to start their season 6 with, of course, for Jesus especially, against his, I think it's fair to call him his nemesis at this point, even though they're on the same organization, of course. He had quite a tough matchup here coming in tonight.
It's still early in the season though, so you can't really tell. What I love about this basically is that Baumbird is playing for Switzerland. He doesn't have a team, but he plays for Switzerland, according to that graphic.
Yeah, and there you can see our upcoming schedule. Make sure to tune in tonight as well at 8 p.m. here for our Clash Royale Day 2.
That's tomorrow.
Then on Thursday we have CSGO, as well as on next Monday, and then Tuesday and Wednesday will be Clash Royale once again. We're looking forward to seeing you with us on stream here and to witness quite some exciting and interesting games, as the meta is still quite diverse. I still low-key hope that before our finals we might see the meta shifting a little bit. Maybe a new card released or some balance changes.
Once they're
Who
back
knows?
from summer break,
Who knows?
things may change.
Yeah, they have to go back to work eventually, I think.
Sometimes.
Yeah, but only sometimes.
I feel like probably they also were stuck at home. And so it was probably also a bit more difficult for them actually to develop new things.
Yeah, but I mean it's Finland.
Could also be a reason.
I don't.
What?
Are they? I'm not sure about how strict they are in Finland, where they had to
I
stay
don't know
home.
about that, but I feel like they were also at home.
Fair point. Fair point.
So it's of course more difficult to develop stuff and
yeah. As we close out for tonight, I just want to thank everybody for tuning in for Season 6 that we are in now. Already looking forward to what the rest of the season and the upcoming weeks might bring. I'm personally very, very excited that we saw our two newcomers perform so well
that
tonight.
was great.
Both of them had to suffer one loss at least, but overall it's been so exciting to see them come into this. Like, you barely could tell a difference between our long-standing veterans and this new blood that we had coming in, and yeah, we're looking forward to a lot more exciting matches.
Yeah, they did really great. It was a good night and good fights, and we're looking forward to more.
Yeah.
And you don't even have to wait long. It's tomorrow.
It's tomorrow.
Easy to remember.
Yeah.
So thanks for stopping by and watching those amazing matches with us, sharing some time with us here, and I hope to see you again tomorrow.
And we'll head into the ring right now.
We'll
but
be back.
Before that,
one of us will be back.
At least one.
At least one.
At least one. We'll see who. All right. Good night, everybody.
Good night. Good
Take
fight.
care.
See you next time. Bye bye.
Start your esports career now at play.eslgaming.com.
Mit dem Scheitel wäre es natürlich toll, wenn man den nicht vergisst zu machen, weil sonst ist es einfach nervig, wenn man jetzt...
Kannst du mir helfen mit dem WLAN-Passwort?
Mom, geh doch einfach auf meine Swisscom-App!
You ready? Huh? Hey, he's a good boy, huh? You ready? Huh?
Start your esports career now at play.eslgaming.com.
love it, you wear it. What's your style? Get your merch at shop.eslgaming.com.
Et voilà, Internet ultra rapide.
Toujours pas.
Ah non. Ouais, allô? Ouais, écoutez, j'ai un souci familial. Ça marche pas.
What's your style? Get your merch at shop.eslgaming.com.